what I get for talking to him off the air. That's mine.
Well, you could eat off the floor.
Yes, I know. You just can't leave it alone. It's the Bob and Tom Show.
My car's cleaner than your car. You okay over there, Chief?
Hello, Tom. How are you?
What are you doing?
Stop the music. So
okay.
This morning in the shower,
Stop the music, Ace. I'm sorry.
So this morning in the shower, I got shampoo in my eye.
Oh, God.
I thought, oh, my God, this really hurts. And then I thought, I went on one morning about an hour talking to you because you got, I leaned my head back and I almost drowned. And then I got shampoo in my eye, and I thought, this is the biggest payback I've ever been a part of because...
Do you know what I have at my house?
What do you have?
In my shower, there is a gigantic vat of baby shampoo. Is it for the girls? No, it's for me.
Yeah, well, I've got pretty good soft... Okay, go ahead.
I use baby shampoo. That's what I use. I want my eyes to be free of
it really
of that stinging goop.
When I was a kid, didn't you use horse shampoo, horse tail shampoo,
horse mane?
Not me.
Aussie.
I certainly didn't.
There was growing up. There was a lot of horse mane and tail was a product around the house.
Oh yeah, mane and tail.
Right.
That's for people.
Yeah. What is that? It is okay. Because I've seen that in somebody's house, too, and went, what the hell is this for?
It was one of these ladies of the evening. You went back to their place and looked at that shampoo museum they keep in the edge of the bathtub.
That's right, yes. Whenever I get a prostitute, I often stay over and then go through their things.
Hey, I used to use Prel. Is this Quell the same?
Mane and Tail was a very popular Australian brand in a purple bottle.
You ever had the Quell, Christy?
I have not. Is that for body lice?
Yeah. Crabs, please.
Oh.
Hi, welcome to the show.
Oh, yeah. Can you put the music back on, eh?
Is your eye feeling better? It still hurts, doesn't it?
It's still stinging a little bit. Yeah,
Is it real red? God love you.
I don't think it's red.
Oh.
Yeah, I got to be very careful in the shower. It's like waterboarding for me. I have to.
So you use baby shampoo, huh?
I do, absolutely.
Now, what do you shampoo?
Why? Yeah.
Don't you have someone shower you?
First of all,
let's all play it cool, guys.
First of all, I certainly appreciate that.
You're welcome.
My mane is less than what it used to be. Fine.
Because you just got shampoo on the back of your head anyway, so how could you get close
There's
to your
hair
eye?
on the side. Why don't you just start walking the streets for money?
Which Simpsons character is it? Is it the band director that has your hairdo? Right at the back? Yeah, the band director. And there's Tom directing the band.
Actually, you can describe your haircut very well through Simpsons directors. You got the band director in the front. You got the Homer on top. You got the side. Yeah, the sides of Mr. Burns.
That's exactly right.
Easy.
Yeah.
Mr. Burns.
Easy peasy.
I saw a guy yesterday that won't give up his youth. Mm-hmm. It's not working, pal. He has the full Mel Cooley, bald on the top, hair on the sides. Just dyed Elvis black.
Oh,
is there some way
doesn't work, pal?
Accurately measure how many people know who Mel Cooley is right now?
Yeah,
I think
12 people.
Negative, no idea.
It's an icon in the history of television.
In that man's defense, there are people who don't get gray hair.
No.
Yes, there are.
Yeah, there are.
No. Oh, yeah, of course. My aunt Flo, died at nearly 90 with jet black hair.
Exactly.
This guy, absolutely.
How do you know?
Well, let's see. It just had that.
You don't know, man. You don't know.
Oh, and also the clothes he was wearing, the gold chains. It was like,
God.
oh, God, okay,
How do you go out
why don't you wear your
outdoors?
sweatsuit to Vegas, you loser?
Speaking of losers, I'm thinking I might get a little gold-plated chain. What do you guys think?
There you go.
They're pretty cheap on the internet. Get one for like $14 from China.
Don't you exhaust yourself going out and seeing and just judging everyone that crosses your path?
This actually made me feel really great. Watch it, looking at this guy and his sad wife.
Okay. Sad wife.
She had that. Well, boy, that dyed hair will look good in the casket.
Oh,
boy.
Okay, that's that I'm going to drive his Range Rover.
Hey, we got to be honest. We're all exhausted, too, about what happened yesterday. So extra goofy. We're going to turn up the goofy. So good luck, everybody.
Oh, I'm so excited about what we've got in the news today. We have...
Can I jump in here and ask you what the hell is this all about?
What?
In sports, Marshall head football coach Doc Holliday will not return to the school next season. Now he's been a long time.
Tuberculosis?
No, he's
He's a long-time football coach, 11-year tenure.
He's going back to his job. He's a dentist in Tombstone.
So now let me ask you a question.
That's why we did that?
Let me ask you a question. Did you see the name and then think of the dentist in Tombstone?
Of course.
And that's the only reason.
Is this guy famous? I don't know.
I thought the whole story about this was that fans reacted and that this was sort of that fan-controlled football that people don't like anymore. No,
I think he's a decent coach, but I think there was a time, maybe some thought there was a time for a change.
How come there's so many guys named Doc in sports?
I don't know.
Doc Ellis.
Doc Rivers.
Doc Gooden.
Doc Rivers. Doc Emery.
Are any of these guys doctors?
Doc Ellis is.
I'm
Dr. Ock from Spider-Man.
See,
he was great at basketball.
Doc Ock, yeah.
I have a problem.
Good, yeah.
I have a problem with certain people using the word doctor.
Do you?
Including, well, never mind. This isn't the day to mention that one.
Oh, boy.
I don't know. Look at your son's face. He's totally flush right now.
Wait a second. Well,
You're the guy that insisted on calling Bill Cosby doctor when he called in. You shoved it down our throats every 2 minutes. Dr. Bill Cosby, you kissed his ass so hard.
Dr. Cosby, tell me again how you don't like it when people sag their pants. Yes, we agree on that, good sir.
Yeah, when they curse.
Tell me more about that, how the kids sag when the kids curse.
now, do you have a prescription for those quite loose? Doctor.
Somebody.
No, hang on a second. I'll be careful. I don't want to address this to anyone in particular. But when you were in high school, did you have the one teacher that,
principal,
God bless him, went out and got his PhD,
yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
and then insisted that everybody called him doctor?
Yes, our principal was Dr. Woodson.
Yeah,
but he was a really good guy, so it didn't bother him.
Well, yeah, I just find that a little bit much.
I'm not certain about this, but we had some sort of, he was like an administrator, I guess, at our high school, doctor something. And I'm not certain about it, but there was always a rumor that he was a doctor of saxophone. A doctor of music.
Well, I think
wait a minute. Here we go.
To Dean about this. The doctor of saxophone has been in many fine bands.
Don't you know a doctor of bassoon? Didn't we have to put up with that crap one morning?
Well, that was my band director.
He happens to be a great gentleman, and he is one of the world premier bassoon repairmen.
Yes, but if you're an expert at something like the bassoon, how does that help anyone?
No, Chick, this guy, here's the story about how this guy is a certified cool guy. When I was in high school and I was a little dummy, I was in the pit in the band, and for whatever reason, it was my fault, I might have smelled a little like smoke. So
yes.
I wore cologne to cover up my scent. And it was clear to everyone what had happened. And there are professional musicians there, and there are musicians of all ages in there, and it was completely inappropriate of me to do it. And then after that rehearsal, instead of embarrassing me, this teacher goes, "Hey, Willie, tomorrow, don't wear any cologne." And I go, okay. And he goes, "No, Willie, don't wear any cologne. Instead of being a jerk, the coolest way to tell a kid,
that's true.
Be
Yeah.
respectful." This is a bassoon doctor and a great band.
All right.
But he's not the doctor of bassoon. He's just a guy.
He's just world-class first call.
Calling yourself doctor, I think, in my mind, it usually means physician.
Sure.
I think everyone thinks
But that's all right.
Sure.
Can we at least admit that whether or not you like people being called doctor, that when you call a cocktail waitress nurse, it's hilarious? Can we all admit that?
Nurse.
I think nurse.
I think the best use of that phrase, of course, is in the movie Carnal Knowledge. When Jack Nicholson calls Anne Margaret back into the bedroom, "Oh, nurse." Oh, that's just so nice. Can you imagine?
She was a cocktail waitress?
No, she was an
unrelated
great lay,
point.
I think.
She was a great lay, is what Mr. Hip just said.
Great lay.
Boy, she's a hot great lay.
You ever seen that movie?
No, I haven't.
Boy.
I don't think I've seen any movie where Art Garfunkel's one of the main actors.
I think that's just call me
pissed
crazy,
Paul
but that's
off.
just a rule.
A few music videos, maybe.
Very fine movie. Don't go knocking art around me.
Honestly, the honest reason I've not seen it is one of my film criticism professors said it was one of the worst movies he'd ever seen, and I just never went. I never bothered.
Written by the great Jules Pfeiffer. No, it was great. It was
Rita Moreno.
canned by
If you haven't
the
plotted
New Yorker
through
and therefore
5 Easy Pieces and Carnal Knowledge and Easy Rider, they're all directed by babies, and they
it falls
Not
wrong.
5 Easy Pieces.
good. Yes.
Easy writer, yeah, that's
Like who's got the camera?
It was a moment in time.
Dennis.
very dated.
Take the camera away from Dennis.
So my point is, my point is, when you call someone in sports doc, I'm just questioning.
I think it's cool.
I've been the sports doctor for years.
That's
Not
right.
for a while. That kind of fell
Did it
off.
fade away? There's some album art of me in scrubs and a mask somewhere. I remember having to dress up.
I
because you
believe
thought it was funny.
as the sports doctor, you were tried and convicted of malpractice.
Is your good friend Doc Whiskey a doctor?
Yeah.
Yes, he's an actual physician.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Oh, he's a gynecologist.
He's a Sawbones?
Well, I thought that was a
Yeah, of
Nick
course.
thing.
Most of his training was done via the Pony Express mailbag. I'm not sure there was a lot of hands-on. You learn by doing. It's like any other job.
Indeed.
Talk to any doctor you know. They really get a lot better at it once they start doing it.
Yeah,
Well, of course.
Hey, let me ask you something. But
well, I lost another one. Better get good at this.
is that the way that the process should go? Well, try the next one. Maybe you'll get better. I don't know if that's.
I think
I asked a doctor buddy, and I said, you know something, the reason I never became a doctor, well, there were about 100 of them, but I could not do organic chemistry. And he goes, he goes, you know something? I've been a doctor for 30 years. I've never once needed it. I think it's just to weed out the non-scientific losers like me. The point is, we have a lot to get to today, including, I can't believe Christy missed this one yesterday.
The Fugitive.
That's
I
right.
didn't
We have
miss it. We ran
fugitive
out of
news.
time, damn it.
That's your fault.
There was a time.
God.
I look back on this show over the 30-some years. There was a time when I was the only one behaving and yelling and screaming at Tom. and now everyone does it. And I
And have you noticed the more of us that yell at him, the happier he seems to
I
get?
know. And I can't help but be.
He feeds off
a little satisfied.
Doesn't faze him.
I was at the vanguard of all of this.
A leader of men.
Yesterday we had a story, I believe, out of Brazil about a gigantic sculpture of a lady's front naughty.
man.
Lady's front naughty. Today we have a cartoon.
No, from Denmark.
From Denmark for kids that involves the male front naughty in a
Yes.
be way. Very weird.
They're ahead of
story.
us that way.
I'm not sure they're ahead of us. I think that thing is fairly idiotic.
Well.
But hey, who's to say? Now, we've got a lot to get to, like I said. Also coming up, some songs from Pat Godwin.
Alrighty.
We'll also feature the
Oodles of sports coming up.
Good Riddance 2020 song. Once again, the video of that is posted on various Bob and Tom social media. Right now, I want to remind you, perhaps time for a new dinner routine in 2021. I mean, you can only get food to go from your favorite restaurant so many times when you go, well, I'm going to have to cook tonight.
Yeah.
Then you go, wait a minute, I'm sick of my own cooking. How about trying HelloFresh? Now is the time. We got Willie trying it. You're a big fan. HelloFresh is it's a big box. And it arrives at your house, and it's got, they've done all the shopping, they've done all the measuring. They've got the cards showing you how to put it together and cook it, usually about 20 minutes. Every week, at least 23 chef-curated recipes, people who know what they're doing, including, what do they call, comfort food recipes, family-friendly recipes, low-cal options, whatever you're into, vegetarian even. So you don't have to plan much, you don't have to shop. That saves you a lot of time.
Yeah, this week I'm doing balsamic tomato and herb chicken, buffalo spiced crispy chicken, and some salsa verde pork tacos.
And
Yes.
all one meal. It's amazing. It's really
That's
filling.
highly inaccurate. You skip the store, you save 40% on groceries, you cut down on food waste. And I'm telling you, the food's great. You're going to say to yourself, I usually don't cook food that's this good. You'll clean your plate. Join the Clean Plate Club by going to HelloFresh.com. The code is BTShow10. Why that? Because, well, BT Show for Bob, Tom Show 10 for the 10 free meals across 4 boxes, including free shipping on your first box. So it's the New Year's sale. Come on. This is the time to just change your routine a little bit. Get some great food from HelloFresh. Limited time offer, HelloFresh.com. The code is BTShow10. 10 free meals. That's HelloFresh.com. Coming up in sports, the teaser.
We've got Buffalo Bill fans taking COVID tests en masse to hopefully attend the game this week. A gentleman in the NBA by the name of Markelle Fultz. We'll talk about him and Arthur Blank. Once again, his name's so objectionable that we can't even say it.
Every picture of him, you got that black thing over his face. You know, that little bar like they used to use in porno
playoff
movies.
football, and Kevin Stefanski's still sick. And all sorts
Okay,
of stuff.
this is the Bob and Tom Show.
Morning laughter just might be the best medicine.
No matter how hard I try, can't keep my hands off my face.
Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hey, Mark Allison here with you on a Thursday, January 7th, 2021. Hope you're having a great morning so far. Got a great show for you ahead, including West Coast Mountain correspondent Al Jackson, zooming his way in from Denver, Colorado. We'll look forward to catching up with Al, find out how his New Year's and holiday went. That'll be later this morning right here on Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hi, everybody. Christy Lee from the Navy Federal Credit Union Entertainment News Desk. Joan Baez will mark her 80th birthday Saturday with an art exhibit, and you can join her virtually. She will stage an art show called Mischief Makers 2 at Seeger Gray Gallery in Mill Valley, California. It's only her second solo art show ever. Saturday's reception will be live streamed with an interview and virtual tour of the show. Paintings include portraits of singer Patti Smith and Wavy Gravy. Details are found at joanbaez.com. Snoop Dogg is a judge on a new show called The Go Big Show, along with Jennifer Nettles of Sugarland, actor Rosario Dawson, and wrestler Cody Rhodes. The talent on this program includes alligator trainers, monster truck drivers, and stunt archery experts. To pull off a show like this in the coronavirus era, everyone involved was locked down for a month. The Go Big Show premieres tonight on TBS. And have you lost a llama in Massachusetts? Well, authorities have found it after Patrick Bodie was driving through Newburyport and spotted a gray and white llama off the interstate. According to the Boston Globe, Bodie said the llama seemed very chill when he came across it. He summoned an animal control worker who called around to local farms to see if any llamas were missing. None were. So at this point, they're still trying to find out who owns the llama. And that's your news. I'm Christy Lee. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bob and Tom.
My roommate's boyfriend is so loud when he finishes, he lets out like a Tarzan yell.
Wow. I wonder how loud she is. I hear her boyfriend's name is Tom.
You can see your son's face, which you can.
All of our face.
I don't really yell when I'm done. I just go, I'm sorry, that never happened. That's the usual.
Bob and Tom in the morning and highlights all day long.
The Bob and Tom Show, weekday mornings at 6 a.m. Eastern on Bob and Tom 24/7.
Bob and Tom 24/7.
When I say America, what comes to mind? For me, it's simple. Mom, apple pie, and whole milk. They've been around forever. Let's hope that doesn't change. But did you know this country is actually importing whole milk? Why waste the money shipping milk from overseas when we've got the best darn fresh milk in the world right here on our own soil? You have a choice, America. So the next time you're in the market for milk, look for the flag. Old Glory Whole Milk. Old Glory Whole Milk stands alone. It's the best milk across the board.
Hey, fellas. I'm long-time over-the-road trucker, Floyd Tucker. The next time you crave whole milk, ask your fellow truckers where you can find Old Glory Whole Milk, and then ask if they're a cop. Take it from me, it's something else.
Old Glory Whole Milk. Just say when.
Hi, this is Augie Smith. You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
Can I just say that I really love doing this program?
Oh, thank you.
You know, as a comedian, this is like such a fun. It's actually entertaining and fun to do it. You know, and as a comedian, you do a lot of shows, and you know, like I did a radio program a few weeks ago, and they introduced me as the bad boy of comedy.
Mm-hmm.
I never said I was the bad boy of anything, nor do I want to be introduced as such.
Mm-hmm. Where'd they get
Only you never hear that in other professions. You never hear he's the bad boy of gynecology. See the guy putting on his gloves with his fingers cut off.
Had his finger in a dike.
621 at Q95. It's the Bob and Tom Show.
Dr. Christy Lee with the weather.
Yeah. Q95 Fox 59 weather brought to you by CarX. Another cloudy day with a high of 38. Cloudy tonight down to 28. Cloudy tomorrow 34. 34 happens to be our current temperature.
Remember, PhD also spells food.
Food.
Glad we're not talking about it. That's good. That's good.
Okay. But we got a lot of cool stuff coming up. I'm very excited. Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Didn't really do any introductions last time. In the red lumberjack shirt, that's the very handsome Josh Arnold.
Hi there.
Beard looking good. You trimming it back a little bit?
I did over the holidays. Yes, thank you.
That's very nice. Chick McGee,
hey, man.
A winner of the Ernest Hemingway Lookalike Contest. I think you should enter this year.
Give it a shot.
Yeah, you and Ace could both enter. I'm not sure Ace would make the playoffs, much like the Las Vegas Raiders. Ace Cosby is our engineer. Willie G is back over there, shaking his head.
You got a turtleneck on, Willie?
Oh no, it's the mask. It's the gator thing.
Oh, I got
you.
you.
Put over your
Gotcha.
head. I'll take my headphones.
You kind of look
on.
like Carl Sagan.
Oh, I do. I'm a very smart man. Hello, smart John.
Dr. Carlson.
Will you stop it?
Pat Godwin, I can see him over there. Once again, he's not giving up on this longshoreman look.
I promised my son. It's a gift.
Well, that's what this is about?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's a lovely gift. A great hat.
Yeah. It's cold out.
It sure is.
Yeah, but the last time I looked, you were inside. Okay. This is Tom speaking. Welcome back. Did I mention Christy Lee's over there in the Navy Federal Credit Union newsroom? Well, I should have. Now we have Mr. McGee.
Hey.
Right over there at the sports desk. What have we missed?
Kevin Stefanski has vowed not to let COVID stop him from getting the Cleveland Browns ready for their wild card playoff game Sunday at Pittsburgh. First-year coach just led the Browns into the AFC playoffs, their first postseason appearance since 2002. Stefanski tested positive.
I'm Stefanski. I already know.
I'm in the playoffs. Cleveland and Pittsburgh.
I'm so fancy. You've never heard that song before, Tom?
I wish it was Pittsburgh.
No.
I like it better.
Who does
I'm
that?
Stefanski.
Izzy Azalea, what's her name?
Is it Iggy Azalea?
Iggy Azalea, yeah. Isn't she do that?
Iggy!
When I hear Iggy, I say pop.
Yeah, of course.
You say Azalea, I say Iggy Pop.
The Buffalo Bills will allow a limited number of fans to attend Saturday's wild card game against the Colts, and a protocol put in place that permits entry into Bill Stadium is presently underway. The Bills shared video yesterday of fans undergoing COVID screening via a drive-through test in the team's parking lot. New York Governor Andrew Cuomo expected to attend the game, but has since backed out. Announced last week that 6,700 fans would be allowed to attend the Bills-Colts game. You recall the Bills were letting their fans tailgate in the parking lot.
Right.
So
and they're famous for the, what's it called, the butt luge?
Yes. Yeah.
That's exactly right.
You know what that is, Willie?
I would say the butt luge is when you through like a waterfall, right?
Yeah, that's
Through
right.
The alcoholic beverage is poured through the gluteal cleft of.
Oh yeah, I didn't know how much I could
some,
say.
Yeah,
good.
Wannabe prostitute.
Aren't they also real famous for
Tom?
for breaking tables? They jump off tables, right?
Yes.
Don't they also do that?
If it were a guy doing it, would you call him a prostitute?
No, I'd call him a Fiji.
Oh, that was funny. I'll go with that. Yeah.
Shortly after the Falcons,
Girls just want to have fun, okay?
Owner Arthur Blank parted ways with Coach Dan Quinn and General Manager Thomas Dimitroff following the team's 0-5 start to the season. Blank
I am Thomas Dimitroff.
is implying the implications are that he's going to move on from his All-Pro quarterback Matt Ryan and amazing wide receiver Julio Jones.
I am Julio Jones.
You were also Russian?
Yes, it's very
What I think is important, most important, we hire people who are number one, said the filthy, awful Arthur Blank. Let's see. That goes without saying. Will come forward with a plan for us to have a championship team, and it might not include Matt Ryan or Julio Jones.
Wasn't there a famous guy named Bland?
Bland?
Bland, yeah.
Well, it was George Blanda, but
because I used to go, Bland. Yeah. I forget. And that was funny. Remember those days?
Yeah.
Okay. Extended Magic starting point guard Markelle Fultz, Fultz, is set to miss the rest of the season after tearing his ACL in his left knee.
Right knee?
Right knee?
No, it was lefty.
Oh, okay. Not the weenie.
Fultz suffered the injury during the first quarter of last night's 105-96 defeat of the Cavaliers.
I'm trying to see if Butt Luge is in the. Is that exclusively done at Buffalo? Is that a Buffalo thing?
No, I don't think they might have certainly started it, but it's like anything.
Oh, yeah, it's right here in the Urban Dictionary.
What? Butt luge?
Yeah, it's a.
Butt luge.
Are you spelling luge right?
Pouring the booze down my coos.
This is
Butt luge.
a little footloose. I got that one. I love Kenny Loggins.
Get back. Bud Light down in my crack.
We got a song, kids.
Now, so if of course you'd use a Bud Light because it's the king of rears. It says the butt luge is a complex but totally sweet way to take a shot. This says you have a woman lie down on her stomach naked.
On her stomach?
What?
Yeah, all right.
One of you places.
Hey, let's not be so heteronormative. If I want to butt luge a guy, I can do it.
I thought they stood up too because you have to roll down your back.
This is not accurate.
No.
Well, maybe this is another way to do the butt luge.
That's not going to work.
No, it's not. It's going to roll down her sides.
Yeah, unless you're laying on. If you're laying underneath her.
You mean the internet is wrong?
Yes.
Well, sorry, I was just reading it off.
Now I gotta cut loose.
A butt luge. It is good, isn't it?
Butt luge.
Kind of rocks a bit there. Yeah.
Okay, very good.
And that Kevin Bacon. What a head of hair that guy's got. Huh? And
it doesn't have to dye it like the guy I saw yesterday with
as you might imagine,
full Mel Cooley and the jet black hair. You know, just there's also the clothing. When you're in your late 70s, you can't pull off. Don't wear leather pants. Especially if you're going to pull them up to your nipples. It's just
that doesn't work.
It's just not hip. No one's going to buy into that.
Wait, I want to say I don't think it's a good idea for people in their 70s to wear leather pants, but I'd like to encourage them to do it because I want to see that in the wild.
You know what? There are people that could do that. I think Mick Jagger, he can wear leather pants.
Well, sure, Mick Jagger has a 21-inch waist.
Well,
he's never eaten and he runs
guys.
10 miles a day.
Man,
I'm sorry.
let people dress the way they want.
Well, that's fine. No, I like.
Sounds like someone has leather pants.
It's perfect.
I have leather leggings.
I wasn't. I was talking about the guy that with the super balding hair and the bad dye job on it.
Yeah.
Right.
Just saying. Come on. I'm glad he dresses that way.
Maybe he likes that.
I know that's good. That's a good signal for me not to speak to him.
Well, good. He's probably glad.
Some people might say, "Why do you dress like
a janitor?
You're a janitor, or you're going on safari."
Because I am an American that supports mechanic. I enjoy nice breathable cotton. Right.
Yes, an out of work mechanic, perhaps. Yes.
Double denim.
Fine.
The old Canadian tuxedo.
Might be denim today, as a matter of fact.
Tampa Bay Buccaneers offensive coordinator Byron. Ain't good at all. Tampa Bay Buccaneers offensive coordinator Byron Leftwich, who couldn't quarterback, so now he teaches, has revealed the team's nickname for Rob Gronkowski. The Bucs' nickname for the tight end is Gronkitis. Due to his infectious, positive energy.
God. Oh, yeah, because his catches are sick.
Yeah, I think we all love Gronk, don't we?
He seems like a great guy.
Oh, shut up.
He's fun.
He doesn't seem like a great guy. He seems like a good dude. And there's a big difference between great guys and good dudes.
He brings up
good point, Willie.
So they call him, what is it again?
Gronkitis.
Oh, okay. I get it. Like bronchitis. Okay, so it's a disease thing. That's pretty funny. It'd be bad if they go to like Griffelus. Gronkaria. Sorry.
RG3 went with Griffelus for a while. It wouldn't take off.
Mr. Leftwich said, Mr. Leftwich?
Is he from Badger's Drift?
Yes, Mr. Leftwich said, when he was over here rebuilding my stone wall. I thought,
no, I don't think he's ever had a bad. Why is this a story? First of all, it's about Tampa Bay. Screw those guys.
No, I think Gronk's a cool guy.
No, Chick's allowed to talk this way this week.
That's right. You know, if Gronkowski would trot out there and they're cheering and his knee would just buckle and it would his leg would just come off.
Now, wait a minute.
So excited.
It's nice to have a guy in football that seems like a cool, fun guy. You always hear the bad stuff. Here's a guy who's having fun. He's doing okay with his buddy. It'll be interesting to see how Tom Brady
what about his buddy?
Tom Brady.
Tom Brady's his buddy. Okay.
Yeah, they're together again. It's a true bromance, as the kids say. Well, it'll be interesting. How do you think they're going to do? Are you going to pick that game in the shoe-in of the week?
I have to. It's a playoff. I've got to pick all 6.
You're picking all of them. Ooh.
Well, yeah.
Once again, the Chick McGee shoe-in of the week, the record this year, quite stellar.
Yes.
Do you know it? Do you
Yes, I
remember
do.
it?
It's above 500 by quite a few games. Ace, what was it again?
31.
42 and 13.
Ask Ace.
43 and 31.
Oh, I was close.
You get lucky.
I got way lucky.
13.
Here's something. Why was I handed this? This is from Edward. Hey, idiots.
Hi.
Must be for us.
The pandemic, not all bad. I was set to go to divorce court. My ex was in quarantine. Our final hearing was scheduled. She was on speakerphone in the courtroom, and I didn't have to look at her. Win.
How about that?
How about that?
I'm glad you got your win, sir. I'm glad you
Go
got
out
it.
and make it
There was a time you picked her, sir.
a great day.
Yes,
Bradley
that's
Beal,
true.
Mr. Beal, became the second NBA player to post a 60-point performance. Did not stop, but he lost. So, team player. Philadelphia 76ers and Joel Embiid go to 7-1. Embiid scored 38, and the Sixers beat the Wizards 141-136, even though Bradley Beal scored 60. And Giannis scored 25, and Chris Middleton 23. Bucks beat the Pistons 130-115. So there you go. And time now for let's go out into these waters. World record. Why not? Chefs. You got it. Chefs.
Let me just say something in my defense here.
Okay.
It has become a tradition on this show to have a world record every day.
Yes.
Mr. David Rush, I'm a big fan. Mr. David Rush has one about every other day. But and Guinness announces records every day. So this is a fun one. You'll like this, I think, Josh.
Okay. Chefs from multiple hotels in Dubai have set the Guinness World Record for the longest line of pies.
Pies, like apple pie?
The
Cherry
chefs
pie?
collaborated with U.S. Pears and the Emirates Culinary Guide.
Guild?
What is this? USA Pears? What is that?
P-E-A-R-S?
Yeah, P-E-A-R-S.
Like pears like you eat?
Is this the big pear lobby?
The USA Pears and the Emirates Culinary Guild.
You ever had a pear pie?
No.
Now, I've had a pair of pies, I can tell you that, right? Ladies and gentlemen, that's the only way I eat my pies.
I like to look at a pear if you know what I'm saying.
That's right. I like to look at a pear while I'm having a pair of pies.
If there's this is really cool because there's a picture of the group and the woman has the same hairdo as the guys in Grand Funk Railroad in 1972.
Cool.
I wish I could see that picture and maybe laugh at that joke.
Yeah. Once again, maybe we should tell you how radio works.
I mean, that is a rock solid fro.
It's a great natural haircut. I like it.
Yeah, that makes Angela Davis look like she's
They created a line consisting of. Well, how many pies you think in the world record for a longest line of pies?
3,141.
Let's start the bidding.
Yeah, no, I was going to do like a 3.141 bit. Yeah.
Okay, 3.14. Is that what you were doing?
Yeah, 3,141, isn't it? 3.141.
Yeah, replace the point with a comma. Yeah.
Well, this has had all the fun wrung out of it. Okay.
Is that the joke?
No, it's 2,209 pies. 2,209, shattering the previous mark of 1,608.
They do it at a clown convention. Chaos breaks
out. Are they all green pies? I love a good pie fight. I love it.
They start playing, what's that song by Jump in the Saddle, the Curly Shuffle?
If this was a cartoon, something would have happened. A janitor would have opened a window and the pie fumes would have started leaking out and cats would have ran in from the surrounding town.
Floated in.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's how they do in cartoons. You smell something good, you start
I
floating.
don't want to take anything away from these guys, but doesn't the average pie factory do that every day? But
they don't have a pie.
Wouldn't Tasty Cake pretty much?
Okay, I don't understand why. I'm looking for this picture of this longest, and every story I go to, they have the guys holding the trophy for winning. They have pictures of pears, no pies.
Is it actually pictures of pears like the fruit?
Yes.
Yeah. What the hell is going on?
Maybe they were pear pies. Pat, do you have a song about this?
There's a long line of American pies. USA broke the record with the help of Dubai. Poor David Rush, well, he sat down and cried. Said, give me a week and I'll give that record a try.
Oh, that's sweet. That's one of your favorites.
Of course,
Don McLean.
Oh, I love Don McLean.
Don't you have a tribute to Don McLean?
I don't like Don McLean. I opened for him once, so
I'm a fan. I don't know.
he was rude to me, so I went on stage and did a little dirty version of his.
Attaboy.
Yeah, right at the end, ruined his closer. I think I did something like, I like a little hair pie. Don't you worry if it's furry. I'm a horny guy. You're misbehaving by not shaving. I won't ask you why. You got a big bush all the way down your thigh. Something like that.
Always professional.
I never cared. He didn't care for that.
I didn't care for it. Didn't like it. Took me to task afterwards.
Really gave you quite the tongue lashing.
Fired me from the second show. The late
So
show.
were they whole pies or were they just pieces of pie?
They were whole pies. Oh my God! I can see why you often say I'm not taking any questions.
Why can't we get more about the USA Pears than Emirates Culinary Guild? Why? What the hell is that?
The U.S. Pears is a group of people that support pear growers, I guess, in the United States.
This must be some sort of
I'm looking
money
at their
laundering
logo.
operation.
No, it's their probably
It's a misforgotten fruit, really.
pear
Yeah.
pie.
Pear is the misunderstood fruit.
I think there are days where we don't have to do a world record.
Oh, they're just kind of in a big hotel ballroom and they're just lined up. That's boring.
I'm a big pie fan. In fact, I gave all of you guys pies for
Pot pies.
Thanksgiving, and then I gave you guys all delicious pot pies for Christmas. I've received thank yous from several of you, not all of you.
Did I
you.
tell you that?
Mine didn't have any pot.
I haven't eaten in it.
Did I tell you guys me and my buddies actually have a pear record that we broke?
No.
Yeah, me and a few of my pals, we are the most guys close together that are shaped like pears.
Oh,
Each one of us shaped like a
that's
pear.
interesting.
Go.
Very
Wide hips.
Both their hips.
Anybody give everyone get one of those boxes of pears for Christmas?
I've gotten those before, yes.
I used to
They're
get
like golden sugared pears or some dumb thing.
I love pears.
God bless her, but my mom would get me that every Christmas. There'd be this box.
Did you open it?
They'd rot on the porch.
Well, all of a sudden, you've got like a dozen pears.
My dad gave me seeds, and he said, "Hey, go grow a pear."
Oh, that's a fine bit of business right there.
Thanks, Daddy.
Thank you very much.
Well,
But Daddy, I love you.
When it comes to gifts, though, yes, Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star. Everybody's heard this. Make sure your sweetheart knows that she's your star. It's Valentine's Day just around the corner. How about a really cool gift box inside that gift box? Well, it's going to be a blue rose trimmed in gold. This is something new from Steven Singer. The blue color of the sky just before the sun sets, and you can start to see the stars sparkling in the night sky. This is really cool, and I know a lot of people collect these. This is something you can get for your sweetie. It's real 24-karat gold, by the way, a rose dipped in pure gold with the petals. And now this particular one is the Twinkle, Twinkle, the beautiful blue. Check it out online at IHateStevenSinger.com. It's got a lifetime guarantee, and it is the #1 Valentine's Day gift from Steven Singer. So it's perfect for maybe, I don't know, your wife, your daughter, girlfriend, whatever, your sweetie. Steven's brand new Twinkle, Twinkle rose, just $79, and his real 24-karat gold dip roses start at just $59. Go ahead, find out more by going to IHateStevenSinger.com. Valentine's Day just around the corner. Remember her? You do it right now. There's one thing you can check off your list. IHateStevenSinger.com. They also have very nice bracelets and necklaces, right, Christy?
Yes, very nice.
Indeed. Okay, when we come back, what do we have in sports?
I'm going to go interview with the Pear Guild. I might not come back.
We represent the Pear Guild. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Add to or continue the conversation. Check out the Bob and Tom Show on Facebook. Get the link at bobandtom.com. This is the Bob and Tom Show. Essential Morning Radio. All day and all night.
Some like Bud, some like Schlitz, but for me, it's
Bob and Tom 24/7. 24/7.
Rolling through a Thursday morning with you here on Bob and Tom 24/7. My name is Mark Allison, and don't forget the Bob and Tom Show now being streamed at this address, bobandtom.com/live. Make sure you check it out, the new location of the Bob and Tom live video feed. If you like to watch the show live as it happens, head on over to bobandtom.com/live to watch for free.
I'm Chick McGee with your Bob and Tom Sports Update. Kevin Stefanski has vowed not to let COVID-19 stop him from getting the Cleveland Browns ready for their wild card playoff game Sunday at Pittsburgh. The first-year coach just led the Browns into the AFC playoffs, their first postseason appearance since 2002. Stefanski tested positive for COVID yesterday. New York Giants co-owner John Mara says Dave Gettleman will remain general manager despite a 15-33 record in his first 3 seasons at the post. The Giants 6-10 under first-year coach Joe Judge this season. NBA winners last night: Orlando, Indiana, Philly, New York, Charlotte, Boston, Oklahoma City, Milwaukee, Phoenix, Sacramento, and the Clippers. And top 25 college basketball winners: Baylor, Creighton, Tennessee, Michigan, Houston, Duke, and Virginia. And Louisville upset number 19, Virginia Tech. I'm Chick McGee, and that's your Bob and Tom Sports Update.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bob and Tom.
After talking with a group of massage parlor operators who urged the authorities to reopen their venues as soon as possible due to economic pain, Mr. Faris...
As the eye can see.
It's better. Faris Karasanayar Awiwong.
No, you're pronouncing it wrong.
Awiwong.
Here's how you pronounce it. I looked this guy's up. It's Karasanayar Awiwong.
Karis there. Wing wing. Walla walla wing wong.
Did I get it right?
Bob and Tom in the morning and highlights all day long.
The Bob and Tom Show, weekday mornings at 6 a.m. Eastern on Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hey, this is Larry the Cable Guy, and you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7. Boy, better get up, get some exercise.
We have comedian Nick Griffin. Nick, you were saying that you were a communications major in college, but you have trouble communicating with people.
I think what my big problem is I don't care about the same things that other people care about, and obviously I live in Hollywood, and there's constant entertainment news, and you just, everywhere you turn, every little article in the grocery store line. Demi Moore, she has a career, 3 kids, and is going out with a 28-year-old hunk. How does she stay so fit? I don't know. She makes $10 million a movie. That might help. For that kind of money, she could hire a guy who did nothing all day but swat cookies out of her hand. Literally.
Oh, cookie.
Stop it.
Get a whole nother guy for cakes and pies.
Essential Morning Radio. All day and all night.
might as well shoot me when the beer runs out.
Bob and Tom 24/7. 24/7.
I just went on a date with one girl, and she was wearing a skirt and a pair of jeans under the skirt. Like she was trying to say, hey, Matt, here's 2 things you're not getting into tonight.
The minivan hearse thing. Have you seen this?
Was that for dead soccer moms?
I don't know. The funeral homes that have the
Wait a minute.
minivans that they...
That's very funny.
Have you seen
that's
it?
good.
The minivans
go
that they've put those, the fancy scroll work thing they put on the sides.
God.
Yes, I'm not making this up. and they're like the big town and country vans.
Well, I didn't want to die before, but now I really don't want to.
It's really disturbing.
I just had this discussion yesterday with one of my
You're
sons.
going to be dead, honey. You won't know.
I know, but the whole minivan thing,
The bumper stickers on that'll be horrible. You know, my orphan child is an honor student.
Thank you, David. 646 at Q95. It's the Bob and Tom Show.
Senior Gunner to you.
Oh.
A quick update on the weather forecast, Miss Christy Lee.
Oh, it'll be cloudy again today, tonight, tomorrow. 34 right now. Sunshine on Saturday, though.
Okay, well, good. Well,
No
thanks.
snow, nice to be here in Seattle.
Thank you very much. The TV show is, I predict it'll be on tonight at 11:30 on My Indy TV 23.
All questions will be answered on tonight's episode.
The show is called Bob and Tom Tonight. Relief.
Tom's my father?
From the Daily Grind. Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Thanks very much for joining us. Let's see, I look around the room. I see Ace Cosby, our engineer, the proprietor of the Ace Cosby Joke of the Day. There's Chick McGee, there's Willie, there's Josh, I'm Tom, that's Christy Lee in the Navy Federal Credit Union newsroom. And that phone rings, of course. It will be the track phone hotline. Let's see now. Christy, check. Willie. Oh, there's Pat Godwin right there. Thank you, Pat. Enjoying some music from Pat. Chick McGee missed something the other day. You were not particularly happy with today's world record, the pie record.
The world's longest line of pies? No, I was not.
It was kind of fun. I questioned the validity.
Finally found a picture of a pear pie. It looked nice.
I'm sure there's a pie factory somewhere that probably has a longer line. But the larger point here is that you missed an important record the other day when you were not here.
I bet it's
You did not? You didn't?
I bet it's not important. I bet it's...
Here you go, Chick. I read the record when you were not here. I don't remember the record.
Is this the David Rush with the nuts?
Exactly. David Rush set the Guinness World Record for the most nuts caught on his head in 1 minute.
Yeah.
Very important.
He taped a can to his head.
Doing a lot of
tape
work.
his head to a can.
And then
Good work over there.
then he heaved the nuts in the air, caught 52 nuts in 60 seconds,
That's
according
really
to David Rush for STEM, which is his website, et cetera, et cetera. I think it's great.
I'm sure he keeps it all.
He's an excellent juggler. He has a number of world records.
And people asked, did he use peanuts, walnut? He actually used truck nuts, which is kind of fun.
Now that, okay. Yeah,
That would be funny, but do you do those two at a time?
I think you have to. I think they're connected.
Okay.
Children are fatherless.
In any
Breaking
event.
records in the
Now,
basement.
Pat, do you have a song about this?
I think I threw it away.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Boy.
Oh, I got it.
You were right to do that.
Right?
Am I right?
I think I threw it away.
But,
Yeah, don't even recycle
And I
that
think the
line.
trick is the nuts have to stay, once you throw them up, they have to land in the can and stay there.
Well, yeah, he's not dipping his head down like this to drop them all out. That would
I mean,
What do you
if you have nuts bouncing off your can, you're probably at Studio 54 in 1977.
In the past, I
in the
know that
men's room, of course.
he did do a record where he was dumping things out of a can while catching it. Because I remember that was a whole. I got very angry about it. I was really fired up. So he set a precedent. He pours them out.
Yep, that's true.
What do you got there, Pat?
Oh, you want to? Okay.
No, I just want you to tell me what it is. You don't have to actually do it.
Oh, okay. It's nuts on my head going out of my head. I think
Nuts on my head over
That's
you.
what it was, Chick. To say you missed it, you were sick. Well, I got a lot of nuts on my head. 52 nuts on my head. Guinness said it's true.
Oh my God, it is what we're doing.
I'm telling you.
Hey, look, this song is this is a lot of chord changes. Would you let him do it?
I'm David, Mr. Rush now. I've got more record breaking to do.
Oh my God.
Here's the hard part. Come on. There's a high note coming.
Oh, no, we're not. We have one more verse. Can't remember, did I get a divorce? Forgot the names of my kids, of course, because of what I do.
Busy man breaking these records.
What I do. I see you at breakfast. I just walk right past you. I don't even know that you exist. I haven't looked at this in days. Cause I got nuts on my head. 52. That's what a record-breaking man's supposed to do. Juggling balls day and night. And my wife says, please get a life check. Yes, I've got a lot of nuts on my head.
That is so silly. Good job.
I got to tell you, that might be one of my favorite songs Pat's ever done.
I want you to watch the video of Mr. Rush doing this.
Wonderful.
This is really hard to do, John. I bet you couldn't get 10.
So is he throwing them up himself, or is somebody throwing them at him?
Wait a minute. 10 in a minute?
Yeah, we tape a can to your head.
Can I throw up 50 at a time?
No.
Just stand under the rain of peanuts? I can do 10.
Did we ever find out what kind of nuts?
No, we didn't.
I think
that's a good question. I just said they were truck nuts, man. I thought we were friends.
Hazelnuts?
Brazil? Blue Diamond wasabi almonds. Is that what you want?
I think almonds would be easier to catch than a little peanut, though.
What kind of nuts do you like, Ace?
Pecan.
No, do you say pecan or pecan?
He just said pecan.
Just testing this. I wanted to see if he was consistent about it.
I do say butter pecan ice cream.
Oh, there you go. Okay, very good.
What? When you're asked what's your least favorite ice cream flavor?
I like butter pecan. What's wrong
Now,
with
What are you, a 90-year-old woman?
Ace's favorite ice cream is whatever he has a coupon for. Do you find yourself buying stuff you don't want just because you have a coupon?
I do.
Okay, so you've got like
I've got like
stuff at your house you're never going to eat.
40 bags of croutons.
When you buy the butter pecan ice cream, they go, "Oh, this is so sweet. You're getting something for your grandmother."
The Werther's originals are just around the corner, sir. Well, coming up in sports is what?
Nothing. We're done. You were talking about famous doctors in sports, and Twitter's blew up. You forgot your most favorite doctor in sports.
Oh, Dr. J.
No. Dr. Frank Ryan.
Oh, that's right.
Of the Cleveland Browns.
Well, Dr. Frank Ryan is a PhD in mathematics.
Yeah.
And he was indeed a doctor.
Jim Brown, Dr. Frank
I'm just saying there are a lot of guys who have that nickname, Doc.
Paul Warfield.
I think it's a cool nickname, Doc.
Being nicknamed Doc and having a sandwich named after you, two of the coolest things that can happen in your life.
Yeah, he's right.
Wasn't there a Chick McGee sandwich that someplace had?
No, that's...
a lot of ham.
We'll talk about
it. Mostly bologna.
A little bit of tongue.
Oh, boy.
Actually, there's a real story behind that, so shut up.
Sorry. Can I ask which administration? Can I guess?
One of the legal entanglements, and no, you can't guess.
I bet I can.
Shut up.
Gosh, we've been due for a good, well-meant shut up on this show.
Yeah,
That was
yeah.
great,
Shut up.
chick.
I think I got one from Christy already this morning. Christy, what's coming up in the news?
Oh, I don't know. What do we got?
I was very excited about today's news. I'm glad
Of course you are. We have mushrooms in a guy's ear. We have decorating with dildos. We have space junk. We have fugitives in the news. We'll get to that so you can play your damn song.
It's not a song.
The Fugitive.
Thank you very much. It's an announcement.
That's the song.
The Fugitive.
See, there's a
With
song.
guest stars
Josh Arnold.
Oh,
And Andrew
also
Prine.
starring Barry Morse as Lieutenant Gerard.
The
All right.
Beaver.
Thank you very much.
And we'll come back with the 100 most famous sports nicknames.
Oh, wow.
What can we guess? Can we guess what number one is?
We're going to do all 100.
I can guess.
We're not going to guess until we come back.
Okay, good. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Keep us with you at all times. Get the Bob and Tom app now at your app store. State law.
Essential Morning Radio. All day and all night. This is Bob and Tom 24/7. 24/7.
Treat yourself right now at bobandtomstore.com, and now open for business. T-shirts, hoodies, canned koozies, and more. Go on over to bobandtomstore.com and fulfill the dreams of the Bob and Tom fan in your life. Well, maybe not the dreams, but you can get them a T-shirt at bobandtomstore.com. You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hi, everybody. Christy Lee from the Navy Federal Credit Union News Desk. Congress has confirmed Democrat Joe Biden as the presidential election winner. Hours after protesters loyal to President Donald Trump stormed the U.S. Capitol, lawmakers resolved to work almost through the night to uphold the will of the voters. Congress eventually resumed after the protest, and Biden won. Trump promised an orderly transition on January 20th. Two more federal agencies have added their names to the list of those affected by the massive cyber attacks on the U.S. government and private business, an effort blamed on elite Russian hackers. Both the Justice Department and the federal court system say they were among the dozens of targets of electronic break-ins. Both agencies say the extent of the damage was unclear. And two Australian fishermen made quite a catch the other day in a crocodile habitat. Cam Faust and fellow angler Kev Joyner said they heard a man yelling for help as they released crab traps from their boat. They found the man sitting on a stump sporting only mud, cuts, and insect bites. Faust said the naked guy told him and his fishing buddy he was lost and survived by eating snails and used his clothing for bits and pieces along the way, whatever that means. That seemed a little suspicious to the fishermen as well. Police say the naked man had been free on bail after being charged with armed robbery, multiple aggravated assaults, and other crimes, and had cut off his electronic monitoring device to evade police. He now has a court date set for February 9th. And that's your news. I'm Christy Lee. More of the Bob and Tom Show on the way.
Hey, folks. Boom. It's me. And you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7. That's 24 days and 27 days a week and 24 like the show with the guy who whispers all the time that saves the world. And Bob and Tom 24/7. Hey, it won't blow up the world.
Has this ever happened to you?
Oh, my. Just look at that. What am I going to do?
What's wrong, honey?
Look in the mirror, all that gray. Boy, did it sneak up on me.
No, it didn't.
You mean it's been gray for a long time?
Only all of your life. Sweetie, your brain matter is supposed to be gray. Now close up your cranium and come to bed.
All right, dear. Oh, I'm so lucky to have you.
I totally agree.
Ha, 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 ha. If the top of your head is bushy and gray, hair color is not your problem. Remove that hatchet from your skull. Say hello to your Sarah Bella.
Oh, dear, you've got a little gravy on your blouse from dinner.
Oh, honey, that's not gravy. That's part of my frontal lobe.
Ha, 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 ha.
Just for morons. From Frigamo Industries. Ask for it by name.
What the hell?
This is Bob and Tom 24/7. 24/7. 24/7. 24/7.
Yes, I have been doing lots of research, and now if you tell me who your favorite band is or what your favorite movie is or even what your favorite book is, I can tell you.
Out of his mind over them. I can't. 7 o'clock at Q95. It's the Bob and Tom Show.
That is indeed correct. Thank you very much, sir. A quick forecast from Miss Christy Lee.
Q95, Fox 59 weather brought to you by my friends at CarX. Cloudy today with a high of 38. Will be 28 for a low tonight, and then cloudy again tomorrow with a high of 34. 34 happens to be our current temperature.
Thank you very much. This portion of the Bob and Tom Show features Mr. Chick McGee.
Oh, no, it features Mr. Josh Arnold.
It's the FanDuel, baby.
That's right. Make the playoffs even more exciting this weekend with a same-game parlay bet available only at FanDuel Sportsbook.
The same-game parlay?
That's right. It lets you combine multiple bets from a single game. Combine the money line, the over-under, the player props, all in one parlay. FanDuel letting you place a same-game parlay bet risk-free. Plus, all FanDuel customers can get up to $10 back on your bet if you don't win. FanDuel Sportsbook, it's easy to use, easy to register, easy to make a deposit, and easy to find your bet. Plus, they're quick. They get you your winnings in as little as 24 hours. Download the FanDuel Sportsbook app. Sign up with WFBQ. Must be 21 or over and present in Indiana. Refund issued as max. Well, I'll get this next time.
I blame myself.
I'm sorry. Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show.
Are you ready?
Not really. I've
got the top 20 sports nicknames of all time, and I think it's the best list I've ever seen.
No.
And we're doing this because I was wondering about the nickname Doc.
Yes.
There's, of course, the great George Carlin piece about the Seven Dwarfs and why Doc is nicknamed Doc. We're not going to get to that right now.
About that.
That's so brilliant. So brilliant. We came up with, like 7 Docs in sports? Because we have one in the news this morning.
Yeah, Doc Ellis, Dr. J, Doc Gooden. Doc Brown, Doc Gooden. Doc Brown from Back to the Future.
Mm-hmm.
Back to the Marty.
Who was the LSD guy?
Timothy Leary. Dr.
Leary, yeah. The pitcher.
Huh?
He played for the Pirates.
That's Doc Ellis.
Yeah. That was
Doc Ellis.
He pitched a no-hitter on LSD. The batters were melting. Yeah.
Doc Emmerich, he was an announcer.
Thanks, Josh.
Still.
We went to 21 because the 21st nickname's so good I couldn't pass it up.
Okay.
So that tells you how good the list is. This is 21. Oscar Robertson, the Big O.
Yeah.
That's number 21.
Oh, yeah.
Great name.
No protests yet over there from you?
A little obvious.
Normally you have...
Mr. Robertson has been here. He's a great guy.
Elroy Hirsch.
Who's Elroy Hirsch?
They called him Judd.
Yeah, because he always wore cardigans and he had a nice little...
What was it, Speedy or Crazy?
Crazy Legs.
Crazy Legs. Thank you very much.
Well, who is he?
He was Crazy Legs.
I had a G.I. Joe named Crazy
Did he play
Legs.
in the football? Did he play basketball? What did he play?
He was a Los Angeles Rams wide receiver.
Okay.
Crazy
I didn't
Legs.
know.
Tall, lanky.
I didn't know that either.
Thank you,
Crazy
Josh.
Legs Hirsch.
Robert Horry. Do you know this one, Willie?
I do not.
I think this is pretty... This might be NBA. Robert Horry played...
The whoremonger.
Whoreman. Bobby Hooks.
His actual last name was Horenstein. They just called him Horry because he liked ladies in the evening. No, Big Shot Bob. You've never heard that one?
Bob.
Big Shot Bob.
Big Shot Bob.
Hank Aaron. Hammer and Hank.
Hammer and Hank.
Okay.
Yeah. Randy Johnson.
The Rocket.
The Big Unit.
Big unit.
So you keep switching sports, which is throwing me off a little bit.
Everybody knows the Big Unit.
Ray Mancini.
Well, coming up in the news, by
He's
the
a
way.
fighter, right? Ray Mancini?
Yes, coming up in the news, we do have. He was Boom Boom. Coming up in the news, we do have We have the Big Unit in the news.
Yes, we do.
Not the baseball player,
No,
but
but a big unit.
with a
Jake, do you
huge
remember when Randy Johnson hit that bird and it exploded?
Oh, if you haven't seen
Yes,
Randy
that's very
Johnson
unfortunate.
hitting the pigeon on YouTube, please. It just
The odds of that happening and then the after effect, yeah.
it's amazing.
Has a scientist done that? Does someone know those odds? Like 2 million to whatever?
Who I know.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay, a couple hockey nicknames. Okay, I won't. I'm just going to go to a different.
The great
sport.
one?
The great one, Wayne Gretzky. That's
wasn't,
right. That's the next
wasn't that Jackie Gleason?
one.
Well,
He didn't play sports. If he saw
I
Jackie
am
Gleason.
so tired of dragging you kicking and screaming into the 21st century. Will you
No,
please?
that was barely in the 20th.
Gordie Howe.
Mr. Hockey.
Mr. Hockey, that's right. Ray Robinson.
Sugar.
Sugar Ray. Okay, you're up. David Robinson. The Admiral.
Smokey.
The Admiral.
Smokey.
Chinooka.
That took me 2 seconds too long.
Smokey Robinson.
Here's Tom's favorite, Chuck Wepner.
Who's that?
Boxer.
And what was his nickname?
The punching bag.
No, the Bayonne Bleeder. You remember this?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, God.
All right, here we go. Top 10, Irvin Johnson.
Magic.
Hakeem Olajuwon. The Dream? Yes.
Hakeem the Dream.
Mario Lemieux.
It's hard to rhyme with Elijah one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why they went with Akeem. Mario Lemieux. Super Mario.
What is it?
Super Mario. Roberto Duran.
No Mas?
Hands of Stone. Come on. Julius Irving.
Dr. J.
Joe Frazier.
Smoking Joe.
Vinnie
I know that
Johnson. The microwave. Vinnie Johnson, the microwave.
I don't know who that is.
He came off the bench for the Pistons and heated up real quick. You don't remember that guy?
No.
Love it.
Yeah. Ken Griffey Jr. The Kid? You guys don't remember the Kid?
No.
I can't stand it. Red Grange? Anyone?
Nada.
Who's Red Grange?
Rusty.
A very, very old football name.
Homondo.
Wasn't the nickname Red?
Red is a nickname, isn't it?
Wasn't Red the nickname?
No, it was the Galloping Ghost, but for the rest of my life, it's going to be Home on
Home on the Grange.
Yeah.
Way to go.
Yeah!
We got 3 days in a row.
Rumors spreading around.
About a Texas town.
About a shack outside LaGrange?
How. I got some.
And finally, number 2 nickname, Tom. Lou Groza.
The Toe.
The Toe.
That's really number 2?
That's really number 2.
So
What's number 1?
Number 1 is Muhammad Ali.
Oh.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
There's
the
no
greatest,
Babe Ruth
the
in there?
greatest. Muhammad Ali, the greatest. You never heard that nickname before.
Well, the title of a movie.
I have to go home.
There was
I'm on the knife's edge here.
title song. Remember that one?
The greatest? The world's greatest. Yeah, R. Kelly sang it. I remember that. I'm the mountain.
Oh, yeah, that R. Kelly. He's a misunderstood pop star.
Oh, is there a Kids Bop version of that?
No, but R. Kelly also did the song on Space Jam.
Yes.
Let me tell you something. If you're not keeping up with today's show, it's your fault. Okay?
Coming up,
we're killing it.
We have children's television in Denmark, apparently quite different. We'll get to that story in a few minutes. You'll be absolutely stunned, I think. I know I certainly was.
Did you watch any of it? Did you watch any of the cartoon?
No, I just read the story about. Did you watch some of it?
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, you should see some of it. I think you'll find it kind of funny. Actually,
isn't Scooby-Doo the most popular cartoon in Denmark?
Is that true?
Because he's a Great Dane.
I like it.
Once again, get up to Josh's level.
I've earned my money for today and tomorrow.
Yes, I think
I
so.
don't have to show up tomorrow.
Yeah, I agree. I think with that joke, you can certainly give up your seat. And
now when you
I'd say
thought
right
Great
now,
Great Dane in Denmark, were you very? I bet you were excited.
Wait a second. Wait a second. Hold on. That's the track phone hotline.
Hello, Bob and Tom show.
Babe Ruth.
Hey. Yeah, how come Babe Ruth isn't in the top of that list?
Yeah, I heard you talking about great nicknames there, Dad.
Yeah, the Sultan of SWAT.
Yeah, I'm not sure if you're scoring at home, but I don't think there's ever been another Sultan of SWAT.
Right, great
I
name.
don't think there's ever been a Bambino beside me.
Right.
And hell, there was never another Babe until that movie about that stupid pig came out. Yeah, but today the Babe has an official press conference. Stand by.
Uh-oh.
Well, thanks to all those dames through the years that drank all that giggle water and raised all their bloomers for the Babe, I'm no longer the Babe of the Great Bambino. Today I consider myself the greatest whoremonger on the face of the earth. That's right, too.
Good to know.
A lot of swings. That guy.
Babe Ruth had 23 nicknames.
23.
Wow. Yeah.
23.
Yeah.
Wow. He didn't even make the list.
Babe, of course, number 1 because his real name was what? George Herman.
George Herman. Yeah.
What about the Black Mamba? Was that on there? Kobe's nickname?
Nope, that's not on there.
Because that's one that I actually would hear used by announcers during the game.
That should be on there.
Yeah.
Babe Ruth, the behemoth of bust. Sounds like a stripper.
Yeah.
Jedge.
Jedge.
The Caliph of Clout. The Wazir of Wham. Boy, these are stretching. The Maharaja of MASH.
These are somewhat dated.
A lot of these didn't really take off.
David West, who played for the Pacers and the Warriors, he had my favorite. David West is a bad man. It was so cool.
Who was the first Ayatollah of rock and roll?
Oh, that I assume would have been post occupation.
Well, I don't know if we want to explore
of the ambassador's residence.
origins of Ayatollah. We were just
The Sultan of Swat, of course.
Indeed.
I think David Lee Roth called himself that, didn't he?
The Sultan of Swat?
No, the Ayatollah of Russia.
Oh.
Well, David Lee
Ace
Roth,
probably.
from my reading, he might have been a sultan of something similar to SWAT. did very well. Okay, well, that's very exciting. Thank you very much, Chick McGee.
You're welcome.
Coming up, we have another one. I can't believe this has happened again. One of those Zoom meetings where someone wasn't wearing pants and got caught.
Right.
Haven't people figured out this technology yet? Also, we have Michael Jackson and Neverland in the news. And we have dildo news and a really cool story. We talked about this the last few years on President's Day.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that the grandson of a president from the 1800s is still alive.
Oh, yeah.
There were two of them. Do you remember who it was?
Benjamin Harrison.
Not quite.
No,
but you're close.
but you are close.
That's kind of part of the story.
Lincoln? Is it Lincoln?
No.
William Henry Harrison?
No.
No.
It's a really cool story about
Jimmy Carter.
a guy who obviously had a child at a very elderly age, and then that child had another very elderly kid, and one of them has passed. Finally.
No, he had a child at a very elderly age. Not that they were. You said he had a child at a the kid was very elderly. What did you say?
Yeah, that's right. This guy had a kid when he was really old, and then his kid had a kid when he was really old.
Right, there you go.
And then that kid died at the age of 95, but his father was president 230 years ago. So we'll find out about that coming up. And we also have a kind of an odd Civil War story on the way. Right now, I'll tell you a little bit of Donnie Baker on the way. We're going to come back with our tribute to the year 2020. But right now I want to remind you that LifeLock is out there to help you. What is LifeLock? Well, it's a service that checks the internet 24/7, making sure that your identity isn't going to get stolen. How do they do that? Well, they're paying attention to all the stuff floating around out there. A lot of security risks, cybersecurity. As you know, the FBI's talked about how things went way up last year. You got to understand cybercrime is huge, especially with people working from home and maybe kids on the computer at home or on their phones, whatever. That stuff's floating around and people are nabbing it. For example, your social security number could be for sale right now on the dark web. LifeLock is designed to detect a wide range of identity threats. And they'll perhaps, if something does happen to you and your identity is stolen, the folks at LifeLock are extremely helpful. That's what they're trained to do. No one can prevent all identity theft or monitor all transactions at all businesses, but LifeLock can see threats you're probably going to miss on your own. Join right now. It's very inexpensive. Save 25% on your first year if you use the promo code TOM25. Just call 1-800-LifeLock or go to lifelock.com. It's real easy. Take you just a few minutes. And someone will be watching all those numbers, all the stuff you bought on the internet, et cetera, et cetera. Your numbers are floating around out there. We hear about breaches every week. So promo code TOM25, 25% off at lifelock.com. Also coming up in the news, wooden objects in space. Very interesting. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Hey, it's Roy Wood Jr. You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7. Bob and Tom all the time in your ear.
In your ear, in your face. Hey, Mark Allison here with you. On the way, we've got Al Jackson coming in. That's right. Co-host of the nationally syndicated daytime talk show Daily Blast Live. Perhaps seen in a television market near you. Children's book, Where is Baby Ford? That's right. Not just a comedian, but an author. It's available at aljacksonlive.com. Portions of the proceeds benefit the Firefly Autism School in Lakewood, Colorado. So how about that? The children's book, Where is Baby Ford? From Al Jackson. We'll be talking with him live later this morning right here on Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hi, everybody. Christy Lee from the Navy Federal Credit Union Entertainment News Desk. Joan Baez will mark her 80th birthday Saturday with an art exhibit, and you can join her virtually. She will stage an art show called Mischief Makers 2 at Seeger Gray Gallery in Mill Valley, California. It's only her second solo art show ever. Saturday's reception will be live streamed with an interview and virtual tour of the show. Paintings include portraits of singer Patti Smith and wavy gravy. Details are found at joanbaez.com. Snoop Dogg is a judge on a new show called The Go Big Show, along with Jennifer Nettles of Sugarland, actor Rosario Dawson, and wrestler Cody Rhodes. The talent on this program includes alligator trainers, monster truck drivers, and stunt archery experts. To pull off a show like this in the coronavirus era, everyone involved was locked down for a month. The Go Big Show premieres tonight on TBS. And have you lost a llama in Massachusetts? Well, authorities have found it after Patrick Bodie was driving through Newburyport and spotted a gray and white llama off the interstate. According to the Boston Globe, Bodie said the llama seemed very chill when he came across it. He summoned an animal control worker who called around to local farms to see if any llamas were missing. None were. So at this point, they're still trying to find out who owns the llama. And that's your news. I'm Christy Lee. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up.
Sunshine. Bob and Tom 24/7, 24/7, 24/7.
If you thought the new federal automobile stimulus plan couldn't get any better, well, you just haven't been to Bob Bile Motors. Bob Bile Motors.
Hi, friends. Bob Bile here. You gotta stop in today and take advantage of my for Clunkers program. What? That's right, fellas. You bring in a clunker and you get a.
Hi, guys. If you give Bob a clunker, I'll give you a.
That is the Bob Bile difference.
And hey, if you trade in on Frantic Fridays, I'll give you a. While my roommate in the. And then we both.
Cash for clunkers? Seriously. What are you, some kind of queer?
That's Bob Bile Motors.
We're open late and right on the Miracle Mile. Just look for the giant overinflated right out front, flapping in the breeze.
It's only at Bob Bile Motors. Bob and Tom 24/7. Not on air, online, all the time.
Bob and Tom 24/7.
It's funny how quickly, in 4 years, my wife has learned to read my nonverbal cues. Your wife, yeah, sure. If I'm reading a newspaper, my wife can just know that I'm lonely and would much rather have a conversation about her dream kitchen.
Yeah.
Which is why I now understand why married men read the paper in the bathroom. We know our wives are going to interrupt us, but at least they have to suffer to do it. Have you ever tried to watch a ball game? Just sit and share. Something about that triggers something in my wife that immediately household chores have to be done right now. Immediately. So the only thing I can do to relax now is I walk around my yard with a hose. The water's not even on. I'm just walking around the yard with a hose.
That's great.
Is he working? Okay, then I can be sort of happy if I think he's working.
Dave Cooperman is here with us.
How are you?
I'm great.
Dave, a young guy, young comedian, good-looking guy, married.
Okie doke, 720 at Q95. It's the Bob and Tom Show.
She's the car axe lady, I guess.
I am.
Right? It's Christy Lee.
Yes, with a forecast that calls for cloudy skies today and a high of 38. Tonight down to 28 degrees and then cloudy and 34 tomorrow. We currently have cloudy skies, 34 degrees.
Thank you very much. The Bob and Tom TV show is called Bob and Tom Tonight. It's on tonight, MyNDTV 23 at 11:30. As you pointed out, Chick, find out the truth about everything.
Yep.
Welcome back to the Bob and Tom show with Christy Lee over there in the Navy Federal Credit Union newsroom. There's Josh, I'm Tom, that's Chick. There's Ace, Willie G is right there. Patty G in the next room with his stevedore cap on today. And
What's a stevedore cap?
Never heard of that.
Me either.
Yeah, I'm familiar with that phrase. Yeah, you're down at the docks loading the ships.
Loading the ships.
Or season 2 of The Wire.
Okay.
Maybe people are acquainted with it.
It's a great season.
Did we ever finish sports?
Yes, we did.
Okay, thank you very much. In the meantime,
I tried the nickname thing again, and it never works. I don't know when I'm going to learn.
It was kind of fun.
It can't please everyone. There's always someone left off.
We found out that George Herman Babe Ruth had some 23 nicknames.
Yeah, but I don't. What? How do you qualify that? Okay, that's a nickname.
Yeah, that sounds more like newspaper writers of the time.
They would give him fascinating. Of course, the Sultan of SWAT. And then what was the one you referenced, Josh? The Ayatollah of Rock and Rolla?
Right, yeah.
Have we determined who? It was wrestling?
It started with wrestler?
It's a song, too. Yeah, I looked it up by some Savage, the band Savage.
Okay, great name. I'm pleased that we have heard it. But right now, we turn to Christy Lee in the Navy Federal Credit Newsroom. What's happening over there?
Lion Gardner Tyler Jr., the grandson of the 10th President of the United States of America, has died. Lion, the older of President John Tyler's surviving grandsons, reportedly passed away September 26th at the age of 95. His 91-year-old brother, Harrison Ruffin Tyler, though, is still with us.
I mean, think about this.
Ruffin, what a name.
This guy's grandfather was president more than 200 years ago.
President Tyler served in the White House from 1841 to 1845, 231 years ago.
You don't think that's fascinating?
No.
Annexed Texas as the 28th state and was known for the Whig Party's presidential campaign slogan.
Okay.
Anybody remember this?
The canoe and Tyler, too.
That's right, Pat.
Whig. I love the Whig. My grandfather was a Whig. My dad was a Whig. I'm a Whig, by God.
Are you?
Well, it's kind of cool.
Oh, wait, is one of the guys named Harrison after William Henry Harrison, if it's Tippecanoe and Tyler, too?
Because John Tyler became president because William Henry Harrison died of pneumonia a month after he was sworn in.
Right. Many in Congress disputed Tyler's claim to the White House, and some called him his accidency.
Oh, that's a shot.
Tyler fathered 15 children, the most of any American president.
All right.
Yeah.
I gotta get
How many more
Tyler.
accidents?
Misses.
Yeah, pull out.
And it is, I believe it's Whig, not Wig.
Okay.
Whig.
Oh, is it? I'm sorry. Like Mr.
There's an H in there, yeah.
There's an H in there.
Like Mr. Wiggins.
15 kids, you make a good point, Josh.
Yeah.
Pull out.
Yeah.
Of office.
Coitus interruptus there, pal.
You're just going to go straight to it. Yeah, you better pull out.
In fact, that's the main thing I vote for. Is I want a good president who knows how to pull out.
Yeah.
And not enough debate moderators, but bring that up.
Pull out of foreign countries, women, the whole thing.
Our next candidate. Do you think that I've seen some of your children? Do you think perhaps you should have pulled out back in '77? I mean, this guy could actually honestly say, "Hey, my grandfather bought Texas."
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, that is fun.
It actually ties in kind of a weird way to another thing I spotted yesterday. Did you see this thing?
I
about
saw this
the
too.
Civil War lady?
Yeah, this last known surviving widow of a Civil War veteran has passed away.
So think about that.
Helen Viola Jackson died December 16th at the age of 101.
What was she, 10?
Yeah, she recently revealed she married a widower who was 93 at the time in 1936, James Bolin. She was 17.
Okay, now, age appropriate.
Right.
I'm not one to really talk about this.
He was super old.
Yeah, he was super old.
Yeah, half your age
That
plus
just makes
7.
good sense.
He was 17?
Wow.
She was 17, he was 93 when they got married.
All right,
Here's
what else?
why.
So Anna Nicole.
Do we have a? Oh, we
Can I
didn't have video of the consummation. And there's a breaking sound. No, that's his hip, not her hymen.
There was a reason for this. At the time, Miss Jackson,
if you're nasty.
thank you, had been providing daily care for Mr. Bolin, who served as the private in the 14th Missouri Cavalry. Though Bolin was unable to pay her, he did not believe in accepting charity and offered to marry her to provide for her future by the way of his Union pension.
And plus, have you seen that ass? Holy shit.
How about that ass?
Mr. Bolin died 3 years later in 1939, and Miss Jackson, well, Mrs. Bolin, I guess now, never applied for his pension. So
I didn't give you the whole article. Do you know that when he died, he was singing the song "Back in the Saddle" again.
Was he?
Oh, all right.
Yeah, I'm back in the saddle again.
Oh, not the Aerosmith version. I'm back.
No, the good version. God, I love that.
Oh, you don't like Aerosmith's version of Back in the Saddle?
It's a different song.
It is an entirely different song.
But
I like both.
You like Gene Autry's Back in the Saddle?
Oh, I love that song.
God, I love that song. Yeah. What's the movie that uses that? The Burt Reynolds movie?
I'm not
Semi-Tough?
I
No,
give
where
up.
is it? I think Burt hops in the sack with someone. I'm back in the saddle again.
Do you have a book titled, Ace has Unreasonable Confidence. Do you have a book called The Movies I've Seen and I Therefore Assume Everyone Else has seen? Have you had that? Do you have that
Somewhat
book?
dated,
You
but it's
should
got
put
some
that,
great
You
stuff
should
in
put that book out if you don't have it.
That's amazing if you think about it, though.
Yeah, it is.
Married to a Civil War veteran.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Does it say which side he fought for?
Yeah, because he was getting a union pension.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. All right. Whew.
Yes.
That was a close one.
Yeah, and then this story, I read the whole, it goes on. She actually never collected the money.
No, I just said that.
Yeah, sad.
He's a rebel because he never. I don't sing that.
She was a sweet old woman. Let's move on.
We don't know that.
shall
She
we?
could have been a raving bitch.
South will rise again.
I wonder if the guy, I wonder how this guy did. Did they ever does it say if they consummated the marriage?
No, he was 93 and ill. I doubt it.
Yeah,
I bet
I
he
think
got-
there's a 93-year-old out there.
But
that-
have you seen that?
well, I'm sure
Speaking
she
of
was.
seeing asses,
Yeah.
You're looking in this room?
yeah.
You got the cameras going?
No, but a mayor in Belgium was caught giving a video interview while not wearing pants.
Oh.
During a video chat with Antwerp Mayor Bart de Wever, Radio 2 interviewer Kim DeBrie.
Weaver.
Jesus.
Is this the challenge? Every story we have to come up with a song?
I love it. Let's do it.
Noticed a mirror directly behind de Wever revealed he was not wearing pants. DeBrie said, quote, "I'm a little distracted. Could it be you're sitting there in your underpants?" de Wever replied, "How could you know that?" Damn, because I'm probably sitting in front of a mirror. I didn't take that into account.
Damn.
Yeah. He added, here begins the year with a particularly embarrassing moment. But yeah,
I think that'll probably help the guy when he runs for office. What do you think?
Human.
Yeah, people go, hey, he's just like us.
At least he was wearing his underwear. It could have been worse.
Yeah, he didn't.
Sure
He
could've.
didn't Jeffrey Tube in it.
No.
Right. And they were his underwear, not his wife's.
Right.
Yeah, and he's a politician. Usually, when you hear stories about politicians with no pants on, they're interviewing an intern. No, too soon.
No, I was going to say some Motel 6 or something.
No.
Yeah.
But yeah, how has anybody at this point not figured out the Zoom thing? You really want to be fully clothed?
This makes
sense.
checks out.
Sure.
The mirror gave him away.
You wouldn't think about the mirror in the
Right.
back.
Mirror, mirror on the walls. Can those on this Zoom call see my balls? I couldn't think of anything quick enough that rhymes with buns or butt crack. I'm sorry.
We do have a naked guy. 2 fishermen rescued a naked fugitive
Oh, I love this joke.
from a tree branch in an Australian crocodile habitat.
Fugitive.
That's why he's in the tree.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cam Faust said he and fellow recreational fisherman Kev Joyner heard the 40-year-old man yell for help Sunday as they set crab traps in mangroves on the outskirts of Darwin.
So this guy's up in a tree naked?
Faust said the stranger, who was covered in mud, cuts, and insect bites, had told them he'd been lost for 4 days and had been surviving by eating snails. The fisherman brought the man aboard and offered him a beer as they returned to Darwin, where an ambulance transported the man to the hospital. It seems, according to police, that the man, Luke Voskresinski, cut off his electronic monitoring device last week after he'd been charged with armed robbery.
I see.
Yeah, and some other charges. I read the story. He was not a good guy.
How many days was he up there?
4, he said. 4 days.
Eating snails.
Yeah.
Man, oh man.
To make himself feel better, he probably said, well, it's escargot.
Right.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
Garlic.
I doubt he had garlic.
What's the deal with snails and their love of beer? What's that all about?
Oh, you're supposed to put a Frisbee out or something
Yes.
full of
Put
beer?
beer in it and
For
the snails.
slugs.
Is that
Think
for
about
slugs?
This. Yeah, they crawl up into the beer and then they drink until they're drunk
they
and
drown.
and they drown.
Yeah,
That's proven.
Is that you're supposed to do that for your garden for some reason?
Yes.
Are the slugs bad? Okay.
A certain amount are good for, I don't know.
Okay. Well, once again, this guy was a naked fugitive.
The Fugitive.
Thank you. Starring.
With guest stars
Andrew Prime and Abby Dalton.
Also starring Barry Morse as Lieutenant Gerard.
Oh, what a great TV show. Did you like The Fugitive, the movie?
Very much. Yeah, entertaining.
Okay. We have a tribute to the movie The Fugitive coming up in just a few minutes.
Oh, I love that. Good.
Yeah, we do. Yeah, it's very obscure. I think one of your friends, actually. What it is?
Yeah, Mike McRae.
Yeah, that's right. Mike McRae is a very fine impressionist.
Very fine.
And I'm not sure what Mike's up to these days. I hope he's doing well.
He's raising a child.
Aha!
He sure is.
Yep.
Well, that'll help. We'll hear from Mike in just a second. In the meantime, I promised we'd play this, so I want to get it out there.
I woke up singing this.
Singing what?
I didn't have much fun. My only line, I didn't have much fun.
This is
By the way, I nailed that. Okay.
This is the Good Riddance 2020 song. Now a video on the various Bob and Tom social media platforms. So we'll feature this, then we'll hear a little bit of Mike here. Here we go.
It's been a tough year.
Haven't had much fun.
So many bad things.
Glad it's almost done.
Coronavirus. Yeah, we're still dealing with that.
Thanks to some clumsy scientist or some guy who ate a bite.
Can't go to work, doing business in my living room.
Naked from the waist down.
Shoulda bought stock in Zoom.
Toilet paper shortage. Our underwear is marked with skids.
We're all popping Prozac, cause we're teaching our own kids. Good riddance 2020. Boy, what a crappy year.
Couldn't go to concerts or ball games. Thank God for weed and beer.
Adios 2020. You made us cancel everything.
You took Regis and Wilford Brimley.
But you left us Larry King.
Yeah,
I'm gonna live forever, man.
You killed the best James Bond.
And Black Panther. What the heck?
And this TV icon died in November.
Who is Alex Trebek?
Meghan Markle and Prince Harry are royalty no more. Oh, and Little Richard and Kenny Rogers.
Yet royalties no more.
Riddance 2020. You've been a gigantic pain.
We missed bowling, strip clubs, and theme parks.
And getting free upgrades on a plane.
Mask in 2020. And washing hands like we're all neurotic. And it's your fault we know the names. Carol Baskin and Joe Exotic.
Tiger King and Tiger King. Tiger King and Tiger.
Well, there was unrest in the streets. Everybody talking about that election.
Ugly posts and hateful tweets.
And Jeffrey Toobin's erection.
Wildfires flaring. Murder hornets every place.
Stores full of Karens.
And the joke of the day with Ace.
You're welcome.
Riddance 2020. Thanks for screwing up our plans.
No dating or random hookups. Thank God for OnlyFans.
We're all in this together, so just you wait and see. We'll say goodbye 2020 and get back to normalcy.
Wait a minute. What? Normalcy? Normality is the word. I'm sorry, you wanted to be wrong. I'm wrong. It's okay, I'll be glad.
Shut up!
Shut up!
Normality would be the correct. The point is, thank you very much. That's the song. Goodbye, good riddance. We'll see you later, 2020.
Yes.
Check out the video on the various Bob and Tom social media platforms.
How are you enjoying 2020 Part 2 Electric Boogaloo?
So much for 21 being going to save us. Wow.
Yeah, we're hoping we don't have to do a 2021 version. Mentioning the capture of a naked fugitive in Australia, was it, Christy?
Yes, in Darwin.
And it reminded me, of course, of the great David Jansen in the television show
The Fugitive.
The Fugitive, great show. And then it was, of course, made into a movie with Harrison Ford, which reminded me of comedian Mike McRae. And we'll see what happens here.
Greg Warren is our guest. You're single. You're a former wrestler. What do you do on the road? We were talking to Mike about his activities on the road. Watch television a lot? Do you rent movies from Spectravision?
You do, don't you? Oh, yeah, I'm trying to get. I just got a DVD player recently. I love watching those because of the deleted scenes. Those are my favorite parts of them. That's all I watch. But some of them are really like they're the scenes they cut out of the original movie, but just sort of can tell why, you know. We rented The Fugitive the other day with Harrison Ford. Great movie. Yeah. There's a little deleted scene in there where he's running from Tommy Lee Jones and he runs into Subway and orders a sandwich. You know, that's like just weird to see Harrison Ford in there.
All right, listen to me. I need a 6-inch turkey sub on wheat with bacon, no mustard or mayonnaise, all right? Lettuce, tomato, green pepper. I didn't kill my wife.
I'm like, all right, I see why they cut that out of the movie.
You Indian Jones.
You Indian Jones.
You Indian Jones.
Yeah, I'm Harrison Ford.
No, you Indian Jones, man. I seen you. I seen Indian Jones 1, Indian Jones 2, Indian Jones 3. Then you didn't work for a long time.
Well, actually,
and then I did see you in a movie last year, Hollywood Homicide.
Right? Yeah,
that wasn't that good. You should have done Indian Jones 4.
Well, we're actually trying
you got a whip too. You like the whip man.
Well, I don't personally have the whip. It's in the Smithsonian Institute.
You look old too now, man.
All right, listen to me. I didn't come here to be talked to by some deranged fan. All right.
Okay, man. Indian Jones.
All right,
get your whip out, Jones.
That is the very fine comedian Mike McRae being harassed by the very fine comedian and good friend of the show, Greg Warren. That goes back a ways, but God, that is a very fine piece.
Yes, it is.
Every time I go to any place where I have to, I'd like lettuce. I think of that piece. If I'm in Chipotle,
yeah, that's my favorite.
I'll pay extra for the guac. Whatever. Okay. Thank you very much. Coming up, we have. Wait a minute. What is that? We're going to hear from Donnie Baker pretty soon. Also, we have Wood in Space, which seems...
Why is this a story?
What's it doing up there?
You'll find out.
Well, you're going to be surprised.
And have you lost a llama? We've got one.
Do you know how many times you've said, well, you're going to be surprised, and we never are?
Let's see now. How many days ago was it that the phone rang? It was, look, there's the track phone hotline. Oh, it's Joe Theismann.
Okay, one time out of 34 years.
Well, coming up, we have that and much more. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Become a Bob and Tom VIP and get your Bob and Tom fix 24/7. Get all the info in the VIP area at bobandtom.com. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Bob and Tom.
5,
4, 3, 2, 1. They put the F in professional.
Yes, that's us. Good morning, Mark Allison. Thursday, January 7th, 2021. Hope you're having a great morning. Glad you could join us here on the Bob and Tom Show. Looking for some content maybe after the show? Well, check out Bob and Tom's podcast. There's 3 of them you can choose from. The Bob and Tom Show Extra Podcast, something extra every weekday afternoon, 3 p.m. Eastern. Also, That Josh Arnold Podcast. Josh discusses topics of interest, and you just might learn something. New editions every Tuesday. And the Bits and Pieces Podcast. That's Willie, G, Jason, Jess, and Jessica. A dive into the archive. The Bits and Pieces Podcast. Always fun and exciting. You never know what they might be talking about. Go to bobandtom.com/podcast to find out more. Again, they're all free and waiting for you. It's the Bob and Tom Podcast. Check them out today.
I'm Chick McGee with your Bob and Tom Sports Update. Kevin Stefanski has vowed not to let COVID-19 stop him from getting the Cleveland Browns ready for their wild card playoff game Sunday at Pittsburgh. The first-year coach just led the Browns into the AFC playoffs, their first postseason appearance since 2002. Stefanski tested positive for COVID yesterday. New York Giants co-owner John Mara says Dave Gettleman will remain general manager despite a 15-33 record in his first 3 seasons at the post. The Giants 6-10 under first-year coach Joe Judge this season. NBA winners last night: Orlando, Indiana, Philly, New York, Charlotte, Boston, Oklahoma City, Milwaukee, Phoenix, Sacramento, and the Clippers. And top 25 college basketball winners: Baylor, Creighton, Tennessee, Michigan, Houston, Duke, and Virginia. And Louisville upset number 19, Virginia Tech. I'm Chick McGee, and that's your Bob and Tom Sports Update.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bob and Tom.
I could read some of the meanest things that you've ever said to me.
Oh, we have to hear that.
We must hear this.
It's only 2 things, but they're good. One is a classic. It's "Damn it, Willie, you're ruining Christmas." Everybody loves.
And he said that in all earnestness?
All earnestness.
Yeah. What were you doing?
One, like for something as small as opening a stocking present out of line. Yeah, God damn it, you're ruining Christmas. Or damn it, you're ruining Christmas.
Bob and Tom in the morning and highlights all day long.
The Bob and Tom Show, weekday mornings at 6 a.m. Eastern on Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hi, this is Dr. Will Miller, and you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
When your horse says run its very last race and there's nothing left to do, giddy up, giddy up. We don't think it's very good taste to turn him into glue. Giddy up, giddy so up. If your horse has lost his stuff and his legs aren't thin and bony, giddy up, giddy and if his meat ain't very tough, then he comes to Burger Pony.
Now, when you come into any participating Burger Pony restaurant and order our Swale in a Pail, every kid in your group will receive a free hot fudge sundae silence. And don't forget our Clint Eastwood Western spaghetti. And our delicious burgers, including the Daily Double and the Triple Crown. And remember our motto: if we're not in your neighborhood yet, your neighbors have probably passed a petition.
So if your horse has lost his stuff and his legs aren't thin and bony, and if his meat ain't very tough, then he comes to Burger Pony. Comes to Burger Pony. Comes to Burger Pony.
Hey, guy, it's Kid Tarmac. You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7. Take that to the bank. 24/7. I know.
My wife and I will miss staying up and watching Ted Koppelate. Ted Koppelate. During rerun week, my wife spends her days wondering which episode will Channel 4 play. And every night after Ted's climax, we switch to Leno's show and
Q95, it's the Bob and Tom Show.
Did you hear that? Hope you were paying attention. Listen throughout the day for your shot at some serious money in the form of $1,000. So pay close attention. Let's pay a little bit of attention to the weather forecast with Miss Christy Lee.
Yeah, cloudy again today, but not too cold, up to 38, almost 40. 34th are the high tomorrow under cloudy skies, and we still have 34 degrees currently.
Thank you very much, Christy Lee. The Bob and Tom TV show is called Bob and Tom Tonight. My Indie TV 23 this evening at 11:30. Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Home of the Ace Cosby joke of the day. It's coming up shortly.
There's that song again.
Don't you like this?
Oh, yeah.
Tony Burton, ladies and
Sounds
gentlemen.
like somebody.
It's good stuff.
Now we have Christy Lee over there. She's in the Navy Federal Credit Union newsroom. Josh has got the red lumberjack shirt on.
Hi there.
Let's see.
song is that?
Willie G is over there shaking his head.
I think it sounds like a fever dog
From Almost
Famous, sung by Jason Lee.
Oh, Almost Famous, right?
Yeah. Is it a little bit?
Backwater. It was nothing to...
Oh yeah, something like that. Great movie.
Pat Godwin is in the next room once again, affecting the longshoreman look again.
Regular Joe.
Yeah. I don't know. Regular Joe and a doc in 1957. Okay.
Good year.
Of course.
You look like one of those guys that's kind of a suspect on Law & Order SVU.
Oh, yeah, the red herring that they give you.
Yeah. Like you're going in for the table.
Yeah, I knew it, but I didn't see it that night.
Yeah.
And the cop goes,
at the bar
yeah,
that
we
night."
know he's weird, but he didn't kill her.
Look, you can't arrest the guy for being a weirdo.
That's right.
Oh, God. But, wait a minute. Could you grab that?
Hello, Bob and Tom Show.
Hi, Bob and Tom. It's Donnie Baker.
Oh, hi,
Hey,
Donnie.
Donnie, how are you, sir?
I was good. I screwed up another of my New Year's resolutions already again.
What'd you do?
What?
Well, first was the other night when I hooked up when I went hogging. You know, and I'll own it. I'm like the Rams. I play games on the schedule. But now this, I ran out of gas last night.
Oh.
Wow.
And I basically resolved not to run out of gas the entire year, and it's already happened during the first week of the new year.
Oh, it's a shame.
Sad to hear that.
But it's mainly because I never believed my gas gauge. It lies right to my face.
It lies to you.
Just like that check engine light, Christy.
Uh-huh.
I think it's like it likes messing with me. Because sometimes my gas gauge is on empty and I can drive another 50 miles. Sometimes it looks like I got enough gas to make it one state over, and then I end up coasting, the next 3 blocks to a Shell station.
Oh.
So, hey, Ace, you ever run out of gas?
No.
It must be nice to have a gas gauge you can trust.
It is, yeah.
Mine's more like a Ouija board, The needle moves, but you can't always trust the message. Three things I never trust. Egg salad sandwich at the Coming Pump.
Yeah.
I don't care what expiration date's on it. I don't trust that. My gas gauge on the dash, I don't trust that. And when some chick claims I put a baby in her. I swear to God.
Well.
Like I told Patty Ferguson once, Patty, I got it on tape. Watch the tape. Unless you got ovaries on your shoulder blades, that ain't my baby.
Got some distance, huh?
Fine. So, anyways, yesterday I run out of gas again in the middle of parts unknown. Closest gas station like a mile away, so I start hoofing it. No gas can. I mean, who travels around in their car with a gas can other than arsonists?
Yeah.
Landscapers?
I'll buy that.
Okay, Christy, I don't prepare for failure. That'd be like a prostitute walking the streets with an empty baby stroller.
Okay.
Swear to God. And speaking of arsonists, they're easy to spot, because they're the ones missing eyebrows. So I get to the gas station, and there's a label on the pump that says use only improved containers. So I dug in the trash next to the pump, found a couple empty 40s, and filled them up. You laugh, Josh, but if they can hold Cobra liquor, they can sure as hell hold a little gas.
You got a good point.
Then I walk all the way back to my truck, poured about half of it in. I'll say it like this. It's pretty hard to find the little hole in the middle of the night in complete darkness.
Really?
Yeah. That's why I tell chicks I'm like a barn cat with a feeder mouse, I like to play with the little before I tear it up. So if anybody's looking to top off their tank, I've still got 140 left, and I'll beat any posted price by 10 cents on the gallon.
Oh,
swear to God.
Good to know. Thank you.
I'm going to go.
Thank you very much.
Selling gas out of 40 bottles.
It was very helpful.
He's a go-getter.
Yeah.
Never run out of gas, have you, Ace?
I've never.
Boy,
I did have a broken gas gauge once.
I think I ran out once.
It's a humbling moment.
I have never
Once
run
or
out of
twice
gas.
a year for me.
Yeah, that's unacceptable, Pat. That's too many.
That is.
Pat?
Yeah.
Is it actually once or twice this year for you?
This year so far, the last 6 days, no. I'm
Okay.
good.
I think you might be taking the temperamental artist thing a little too far. I can't be expected to know how much gas I have in my car.
Well, and I
called Tom one morning.
I will tell you this, though.
Doesn't it count down for you? It's
Those
right
are
there.
not accurate, even the digital ones.
Really?
I think what happens is, well, my digital one does a weird thing where if I get below like 25 miles per hour, or 25 gallons rather, it just says you need fuel. It takes the numbers away.
Oh.
And then
you got to guess.
The time I ran out of gas, like it was the day David Bowie died. What was that, 5 years ago or something? And I was listening to a guy talk about him, and I was fascinated, and I just ran out of gas because I wasn't paying attention. But it said 25 miles per hour, and then it went blank.
25 miles.
Sorry,
left.
yeah.
To left to go.
Yes, and then like 2 minutes later, it shut down. So I think the car has a fail-safe where it shuts down. Mine does, at least, where it shuts down, because running out of gas is really bad for your car.
Yeah.
So it would deliberately tell you, hey, you've got 25 miles.
Right.
Then
I think it had a fail-safe. It shut it down so no
a
damage.
lot of them have the digital readout, and in my experience, it's not accurate. I can assure you.
You pushed it, huh?
And it wasn't my car. It was in my daughter Lucy's car. And she goes, hey, Dad, I got to go. So can you put some gas in my car? I drove up the hill, and there's a gas station. What is that? Less than a mile from my house. And it said it had 20 miles to go.
Well, she's a selfish person. Yeah, she's not going to take time.
She was busy doing something.
No. She wanted to use you.
Some nice guy helped me push it across the bridge. It was very kind of him. You're right, the bridge over the freeway right here. That's where I ran out of gas because the gas station's right in the other corner.
Oh, that's a bummer.
Yeah, well, and nothing's worse than running out of gas on a major thoroughfare, which I did in a General Motors Chevrolet Suburban.
Yeah.
Getting people to help you push that. It's sort of like you're building the pyramids. Okay, we're going to need 30 guys over here. It's a big vehicle, you see.
Have you ever had it when you're driving west on like I-70, like Nebraska, Colorado, those kind of states? It gets so long, and you'll get these big signs that say, there is no gas station for 40 miles.
Yes.
Pull over now.
Yep. I was in Utah. I saw one that said 120. It was somewhere around there.
Wow.
I was so scared.
Here's a stupid and probably dangerous idea.
Oh, good.
Has anyone ever created powdered gasoline that you can
just add water,
safely carry and add water to it?
There must be some reason they can't.
It probably would probably explode or something.
Yeah. Or be misused.
And of course, there's those internet crazy rumors. Cars could really run on urine, but the government doesn't want you to do it because they work for Exxon.
That might be true. I've never tried it.
What's the stupid joke? How many cars start with P? Pinto. No, they start with gas.
I love that joke.
You would.
It's no joke.
Speaking of jokes.
Isn't gasoline cheaper than bottled water?
Probably.
I think it is, actually.
Factual fact. Okay, well, yes, Christy?
Speaking of jokes.
Oh, yeah.
We haven't heard from Ace today.
I guess Christy decides when we do it.
What the hell?
Hey, Christy.
What the hell's that all about?
I thought we put a clock in just for you.
Oh. Okay, here's the thing. That's a countdown clock. It's not a clock.
That's true.
So I don't know what time it is.
What's that clock for?
That clock tells me how much time is left in the breaks. So,
well, according to that thing, we got 14 minutes to go. Ace, hope you got a few 14 minutes.
No.
Yeah. So what you're telling me is I've got to have Eddie put a regular clock right there.
That would be nice.
Okay. Well, Eddie's here in the building.
Let's take a break, and then we can come back with the wonderful, whatever it is,
Ace Cosby joke of the day. Okay. We have wood in space, mushroom in human ears. Oh. If you're losing your llama, we've got news for you.
And snowplows and Target, so yeah.
But the best story coming up involves a Danish cartoon for kids that is really disturbing. I'll put it that way.
And I will be reciting Ode on a Grecian Urn when we
Oh, really?
Wow.
Oh, just like
What's a Grecian urn?
Like Mayor Shin's wife.
What's a
About $4 an hour.
Come on.
What's a Henway?
This is the Bob and Tom Show.
For a complete copy of the Bob and Tom Show contest rules, go to bobandtom.com/contest-rules. Or just scroll down to the bottom of the page and see contest rules. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Hello, this is comedian John Evans, and you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hope you're having a great Thursday morning. It's January 7th, 2021. My name, Mark Allison. Our West Coast Mountain correspondent, Al Jackson, is going to be zooming in. Hope you can stay tuned for that this morning. You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hi, everybody. Christy Lee from the Navy Federal Credit Union News Desk. Congress has confirmed Democrat Joe Biden as the presidential election winner. Hours after protesters loyal to President Donald Trump stormed the U.S. Capitol, lawmakers resolved to work almost through the night to uphold the will of the voters. Congress eventually resumed after the protest, and Biden won. Trump promised an orderly transition on January 20th. 2 more federal agencies have added their names to the list of those affected by the massive cyber attacks on the U.S. government and private business, an effort blamed on elite Russian hackers. Both the Justice Department and the federal court system say they were among the dozens of targets of electronic break-ins. Both agencies say the extent of the damage was unclear. And 2 Australian fishermen made quite a catch the other day in a crocodile habitat. Cam Faust and fellow angler Kev Joyner said they heard a man yelling for help as they released crab traps from their boat. They found the man sitting on a stump sporting only mud, cuts, and insect bites. Faust said the naked guy told him and his fishing buddy he was lost and survived by eating snails and used his clothing for bits and pieces along the way, whatever that means. That seemed a little suspicious to the fishermen as well. Police say the naked man had been free on bail after being charged with armed robbery, multiple aggravated assaults and other crimes, and had cut off his electronic monitoring device to evade police. He now has a court date set for February 9th. And that's your news. I'm Christy Lee. More of the Bob and Tom Show on the way.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bob and Tom.
My roommate's boyfriend is so loud when he finishes, he lets out like a Tarzan yell.
Wow. I wonder how loud she is. I hear her boyfriend's name is Tom.
You can see your son's face.
Yeah.
Which you can. All of our face.
I don't really yell when I'm done. I just go, I'm sorry, that never happened.
Bob and Tom in the morning and highlights all day long.
The Bob and Tom Show, weekday mornings at 6 a.m. Eastern on Bob and Tom 24/7.
Morning laughter just might be the best medicine.
If you want to turn your daddy parts orange, eat some Cheetos and watch some porn.
Bob and Tom 24/7.
Joel Lindley is our guest. Now, do you drink at all?
I do drink.
Really? But that's got to be scary.
I went to buy beer the other day, and they sell non-alcoholic beer, right? Which is a good idea. But did you know they sell it by the keg?
I did not.
What kind of a loser consumes a whole keg of non-alcoholic beer? I mean, if you don't drink, fine. Have no duels, but don't do funnels. What are you going to brag to your friends the next day? Oh, dude, you should have been there. I mean, we were pounding that keg till 4 in the morning. I was so bloated. Then I drove everyone home.
Cool.
Yeah. There's a gigantic warehouse of stuff I don't get. And they serve non-alcoholic beer there.
Yeah. You know what? Another thing I don't
that.
understand? Hooters has food to go. Who the hell's that for?
Good point.
Essential morning radio. All day and all night.
Really? No, seriously. Really?
Bob and Tom 24/7. 24/7.
Hunting is huge in Michigan. I don't want to upset any hunters because generally they're very well armed. But I am not a hunter. I don't get the deer hunting thing. I don't understand it. Mainly for this reason. I think it's unfair. The deer hunting season coincides with the deer mating season. Everyone know that? The deer just trying to hook up.
Yeah.
That's not fair. I mean, picture yourself. You're at a bar. It's late at night. Last call.
To Q95, it's the Bob and Tom Show.
She's Christy Lee. She's got the forecast.
Q95 Fox 59 weather brought to you by our friends at CarX. Cloudy skies today with a high of 38. Cloudy tonight down to 28. Cloudy and 34 tomorrow. We still have cloudy skies and we still have 34 degrees.
Thank you very much, Christy Lee.
Sure.
Your shot at some serious cash coming up throughout the day on Q95. So pay close attention. I'll also urge you to watch the TV show on MyIndyTV 23 tonight at 11:30. It's called Bob and Tom Tonight. This is the Bob and Tom Show. Wait a second. Oh, yeah. Recognize this theme song? Ace Cosby, Private Dick. Tonight's episode, it's not so private anymore.
Oh, how about that?
It's time, baby.
Well, it is kind of private these days.
Yeah.
What's that? Oh, it is private these days?
Oh, really?
Oh. Well, you haven't seen the web streams that we've seen.
Private privates. That'd be a pretty bad porno, huh?
Private privates.
Let's see, where was I? That's Chick McGee across the way. And there's Josh. I'm Tom. Once again, Ace Cosby, getting ready for the Ace Cosby joke of the day. Christy Lee. That's the Navy Federal Credit Union newsroom.
Yes, sir.
Pat Godwin's got his guitar. We'll hear some more music from Pat in a matter of moments. This is Tom speaking. That's Willie G. But without any further ado, ladies and gentlemen, these aren't really jokes.
They're not.
No, this is, I like to call this the op-ed page of contemporary culture and society with our engineer. He's Ace Cosby.
I was at the grocery the other day, and I noticed they make Jell-O in cans now.
Really?
You know what you call a can of Jell-O?
No, what?
Gelatin.
A gelatin.
Gelatin.
Man.
You still want to do this, huh?
I think I'm on the fence.
Might look better on paper. Is what you're saying. Okay. All right. Okay. Now, we were talking about running out of gas. And, Christy, you say you've never run out of gas?
Never.
Oh, man.
No.
Embarrassing.
Did you ever have a car where the gas gauge didn't work at all?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've had one of those.
My first car in the last 8 months I had it, the gauge didn't work, so I was like, do I?
Yeah, you.
Oh, you're just playing that game, huh?
Yeah.
I have a question. I've almost run out of gas before, and my friend who's sitting next to me, and we're both morons, mind you. He says if the car's gonna run out of gas, you turn the radio off, you turn the heat or the AC all the way off,
right?
Because that's gonna take auxiliary gas.
Yep.
But at that point, does that even matter?
I don't think the radio is going to take
It's electrical.
I mean,
right. I would assume does the AC that might pull some power.
I don't know.
I'm an idiot.
Did you run out?
No, I almost ran. It was to the point where getting off the highway, I had to flub the stop a little bit because I wasn't sure I was going to make it to the gas station. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're in that remote area where the sign says no gas 75 miles, and you look at your thing, I've got 100 miles. That's cool, and you realize, however, if I don't urinate in the next 10 minutes, we're going to have a problem. You ever pulled off an exit, just gotten out the car door and right there on the ramp?
Sure.
Let it rip?
Yeah. Yep.
Christy?
It was in one of those middle of nowhere places. Yeah, Christy, ever popped a squat down?
No, never.
Have you ever urinated outside?
I have urinated outside.
It's a great scene, great urination scene in the movie Doc Holliday, by the way.
What?
Yeah.
What?
There's a urination scene in that?
Yeah, remember that?
No, I've never seen it. I need to.
It's a great movie. Michael J. Fox.
Sure, I'm aware of it.
Are there other movies with urination scene?
Yes.
40-Year-Old Virgin has a urination scene.
Huh.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah.
You guys have it easy. It's not that easy for ladies.
What do you
to
mean?
urinate outside.
Doesn't it just fall out of the hole?
Thank you, Josh. I can tell you were an English major.
I'm just
glad.
boy.
In the words of that great Asian joke, what mean wrong hole? And now we go back to Christy Lee. And do we have the song that? Do we have the story? This is, I think, very disturbing.
I think you need to look. Yeah. Okay. There's a new Denmark television show for kids. It's an animated cartoon about Penis Man.
Penis Man.
Yes.
Like
the Danish cartoon.
Penis Man, like a superhero.
Yeah.
Has sparked a debate. It depicts a man solving problems with his giant male member.
Usually, by the way, it's the opposite. A giant male member gets you in trouble.
Yes. The new animated children's series on DR, which is the Danish equivalent of PBS or the BBC, I guess, is about John Dillermand, a man with the world's largest penis who tackles challenges with his genitals.
Now, do you find it interesting that it's almost the name John Dillinger?
Right.
I assume that they snatched that out of American culture,
Maybe.
I would assume.
Dillerman, literally meaning penis man in Danish.
Okay.
And the show is aimed at children between the ages of 4 and 8. Following the show's premiere on Saturday, some criticized it for being inappropriate for children and perpetuating locker room culture. However, clinical psychologist Erla Heinsen-Horsted argued that people might be overthinking the show, adding John Dillerman talks to children and shares their way of thinking, and kids do find genitals funny. And it looks like he has just a giant snake, basically, or hose coming out of his trousers. And
so he's got pants on. It's just coming through the zipper. Or the fly.
The one I saw was covered and it was like red and white striped, and he was putting
Does he solve all physical problems? Like, hey,
he was putting out charcoal grill.
That's going to hurt.
You know, this is cool, but honestly, it kind of ripped off an idea I wrote a few years ago, but it wasn't a cartoon. It was a short film.
It would be.
You got some of your mom's jeans.
Oh.
Okay, let's see. Wait a second.
Got Dean in here with a new guitar.
Oh, give me a strum on that, will you, Dean? Okay. Okay.
Do we get a song for Penis Man?
Oh, yeah, that's nice.
All right.
Yeah, maybe a little lower in volume, but that is a nice looking guitar. Now, once again, for those who are not familiar with Dean likes to collect guitars, and every time we ask him to play on the show, he has to get a new one. His wife isn't real fond of this arrangement, but hey, I'm sorry. This is anyone who plays guitar knows you have to have a new one.
Sure.
Okay. Once again, this is the children's show on Dana's TV, where this is about a superhero called
Dillerman,
which actually translates to, as you said, Penis Man. Wow, I think it's very weird. You guys ready?
1, 2, 3, 4. There's a man in a cartoon with a large member. To every child he meets, they know his gender. Porky Pig kept his hog hid. This guy shows his to the kids. Odds are he'll be off the air tomorrow. Danish Penis Man. Danish Penis Man. The artist gave him a giant Johnson, but they forgot to draw his pants. Danish Penis Man.
Lovely.
Very nice.
The tribute to Johnny Rivers. One of my very favorite semi-novelty rock songs.
I love
Secret
Johnny
Agent
Rivers.
Man?
Oh, what a great song. That is so nice.
That's
A
my
big
dad's
Johnny
favorite.
Rivers fan.
Me too.
Me too.
He's got a lot of songs where it sounds like he's in a room of 25 people and they're all clapping.
Yeah, I love that.
Did you just say pass on Johnny Rivers?
Pass. Insufferable person. He's
gosh.
mean. I tried to interview him. He was awful.
Don't confuse the
can't wait.
dancer with the dance, my friend.
Maybe you were a jerk to him.
Shut up. I don't think so. Why?
Anyways, I'm working on my American version of this show.
Yeah.
What is it? Dillerman, the Danish.
Dillerman, yeah.
SpongeBob Ballsack.
Oh, how about that?
Yeah, it's very odd solving
I
crimes
thought
with
for a
his
second
enormous truck nuts.
You were going to be a little subtle.
Yeah, I thought maybe maybe a little more work would be good.
And his SpongeBob Ballsack and his sidekick Patrick Asscrack. Why not?
It's Balzac.
Balzac.
It's literary. Did I mispronounce it? Right now, we have another tribute to this Danish television show about a so-called penis man. Yeah.
Whenever life gets you down, keeps you wearing a frown, and the gravy train has left you behind. And when you're all out of hope, down at the end of your rope, and nobody's there to throw you a line. If you ever get so low that you don't know which way to go, come on and take a walk in my shoes. Never worry about a thing, got the world on a string, 'cause I've got the cure for all of his blues. I take a look at my enormous penis and my troubles start melting away. I take a look at my enormous penis and the happy times are coming to stay. I gotta sing and I dance when I glance in my pants and the feeling's like a sunshiny day. I take a look at my enormous penis and everything is going my way. Penis. penis. Sing along at home, why don't you? 2, 3. I take a look at my enormous penis.
It's not that hard.
And my troubles start melting away. Just Bob and Tom.
I take a look at my enormous penis.
And the happy times are coming to stay. Yeah, I got great big amounts in the place where it counts. And the feeling's like a sunshiny day. I take a look at my enormous penis. And everything is going my way. I'm Bob and Tom now. Everything is going my way.
Hey, look at these goobers.
Everything is going my way.
Hey, Chihuahua.
Everything is going my way.
The band is known as Da Vinci's Notebook, featuring Paul and Storm, and a tremendous a cappella performance, the evolution of the Barbershop Quartet. Someday I would like to do this show from a Barbershop Quartet convention.
Okay.
Oh, my God. Of all the horrible ideas you've had.
I have a friend who's in a barbershop quartet.
Gotta be number
I love a good
one.
barbershop.
Could we bring them in? Oh, we can't have guests in here anymore.
No, we can't.
Boy, as soon as this pandemic's
Someday.
over.
So so if you get a brand new pair of Raycon earbuds, you're going to listen. First thing you're going to do is crank up your Barbershop Quartet music.
I might get the soundtrack to The Music Man, one of the greatest musicals ever written. Light a rose, I'm home again, Rose. I do not have the vocal skills to do that.
How
But
dare you waste this incredible technology on that?
Josh and I were just talking off the air about our drama teachers in high school.
Yeah.
Might, of course, the
People, you should have been here for that.
the ironically named Mr. Manley. Sometimes the truth is truly funny. But the Raycon earbuds, those are no joke, my friend. Now, Chick McGee turned me on to these.
I did.
This is like a math problem. What would happen if your earbuds were twice as good as the ones that cost twice as much? How much are you saving? Would that be 3/4? I did pretty well.
And you know, nowadays...
You see, Josh, those other earbuds cost you twice as much.
and nowadays...
But the Raycons are twice as good.
And nowadays, you not only listen to music on your earbuds, but you listen to...
us.
Yes, you listen to us, directions in cooking in the kitchen.
You're on the phone?
Book.
Yeah,
yes, you talk to
course.
people on the phone. It's all better with the Raycon earbuds. They make great sound accessible to everyone.
We get love letters about these Raycons all the time.
Wireless earbuds, these Raycons start at half the price of other premium audio brands, and Raycons come in a range of stylish colors.
We get love letters about that. We get love letters about these Raycons.
But always with a comfortable in-ear fit for a more discreet look.
I can remember the last one. It said, "Dear Tom, I don't trust anything Josh says, but I took your advice and got the Raycons. They were amazing."
Up to 6 hours of playtime.
I was paraphrasing.
And seamless Bluetooth pairing quickly and seamlessly with your Raycons.
And they have multiple bulbous rubbery things so you can get them to fit your eyes.
Can you listen,
like
listen closely
bulbous.
for just a second?
Yes.
Yeah.
Shut up.
Okay, thank you. Raycon is offering 15% off all of their products for our listeners only. And here's all you need to do. Go buyraycon.com. Buyraycon.com/Tom. That's it.
You don't have to type in the to-do part.
No, don't do
Just
that.
buyraycon.com/Tom.
Unless you're listening to police. Then
That's a lot of three-letter words put together. Buyraycon.com.
15% off, you forgot the slash, of your entire Raycon order. That's 15% off at buyraycon.com/Tom. Listen to me. Buyraycon.com/Tom. Now, go ahead, lunatic. Say whatever you want.
Coming up, we have Al Jackson, don't we?
He's Al Jackson.
Mr. Jackson, if you're
nasty.
I love Al. We'll look forward to talking with Al Jackson.
Hey,
also,
Jay.
we have Molly Cyrus in the news involving
Sweet face.
decorative dildography.
Really?
Yeah.
Molly
She's no. I'm sorry. Did I say I meant Miley?
Miley.
I think she's great. I'm a huge fan. By the way,
I like her too.
I think she's really funny and a great performer. When we come back, this is the Bob and Tom Show.
Bob and Tom, 24/7.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
You just ruined it.
Hey, check out the Bob and Tom app if you don't have it yet, or someone who might like it. Let them know it's free and available in the iTunes or Google Play Store. Once they download the app, they can tune into their local station, listen to Bob and Tom 24/7, the Bob and Tom 24-hour comedy station. Oh, we have fun here, don't we? Listen to the Bob and Tom free podcast. It's all available right there through the app. You can even set an alarm that'll wake you up with the show. Imagine that. Josh Arnold, the first voice you hear in the morning. Oh, yeah. You were listening to Bob and Tom 24/7. I like Josh.
Hi, everybody. Christy Lee from the Navy Federal Credit Union Entertainment News Desk. Joan Baez will mark her 80th birthday Saturday with an art exhibit, and you can join her virtually. She will stage an art show called Mischief Makers 2 at Seeger Gray Gallery in Mill Valley, California. It's only her second solo art show ever. Saturday's reception will be live streamed with an interview and virtual tour of the show. Paintings include portraits of singer Patti Smith and Wavy Gravy. Details are found at joanbaez.com. Snoop Dogg is a judge on a new show called The Go Big Show, along with Jennifer Nettles of Sugarland, actor Rosario Dawson, and wrestler Cody Rhodes. The talent on this program includes alligator trainers, monster truck drivers, and stunt archery experts. To pull off a show like this in the coronavirus era, everyone involved was locked down for a month. The Go Big Show premieres tonight on TBS. And have you lost a llama in Massachusetts? Well, authorities have found it after Patrick Bodie was driving through Newburyport and spotted a gray and white llama off the interstate. According to the Boston Globe, Bodie said the llama seemed very chill when he came across it. He summoned an animal control worker who called around to local farms to see if any llamas were missing. None were. So at this point, they're still trying to find out who owns the llama. And that's your news. I'm Christy Lee. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up.
This is Bob and Tom 24/7. 24/7. 24/7. 24/7. Attention, Fergler shoppers. You need hardware, you need Fergler. That's right, Fergler's hardware store. Fergler's dares you to beat their prices on anything in the store. That's right, Crazy Ernie's lost his mind and everything must go. Ladders, lumber, nails, including the kitchen sink. Fergler's hardware store, where you make out like a burglar when you shop at Fergler's. Free popcorn Mondays, free coffee Fridays, free parking. It's Crazy Ernie's going out of business sale. Everything must go. Fergler's hardware store. If Fergler's doesn't have it, you don't Fergin need it.
Hi, I'm Ernie Fergler.
He's Ernie Fergler. If you don't come buy some stuff today, he'll kick your ass. Be there.
Bob and Tom. You can pick your morning radio show, and you can pick your nose, but you can't wipe Bob and Tom on the couch.
Greg Hahn is our guest.
I went out with this one girl. Can I say this?
Yeah. Sure.
Get a load of this. I'm on a date. I was out with this girl, right? Here's what she says. It's true. She says, oh, I did something she didn't like. She goes, oh, you just lost some points. Oh, there's points involved. It's a point system that the women have. It's a point system. Men, we don't know what's going on. All we know is it involves points, and all of a sudden, we're down. You know what I mean? I was doing my impression of her mother. She's like, oh, you just lost some points. I'm like, really? How many did I start out with? Don't ask any questions. You're just going to lose more points. We'll transfer my account to your younger sister.
Joining us in the studio, comedian Mark Eubanks. Did you go to college down in...
I went to college in...
22, Q95. It's the Bob and Tom Show.
Thank you very much. She's Christy Lee with the weather.
Thank you, Tom.
She has pants made of leather.
I do. Weather is brought to you by CarX. Mostly cloudy today with a high about 38 degrees. Overnight down to 28, cloudy, 34 tomorrow. We have 34 degrees.
You mentioned earlier that you do have a pair of leather pants. What color are they?
Black.
Oh, yeah. Josh, you want to take that?
I do want to take those pants right off.
That's not what I meant.
No, let me take
unbelievable.
Let me undress Christy.
I had red leather pants back in the day.
Well.
Oh, yeah.
Red leather trousers. What does that spell?
That spells rock and roll chick is what that spells.
Yeah.
W-H. Oh, no.
We're going to go balling. The show's getting a lot more like, remember when Mad Magazine, they'd have those brilliant little teeny cartoons in the corner?
Oh, I love the marginal stuff.
Sergio
Aragonis?
God, those were great. This show's getting more like that. These little things that we slip in.
Yeah. That's right.
Best part of the program. We were just talking about Christy's red leather pants.
Ace, you remember the red leather pants?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You remember the tongue twister, red leather, yellow leather?
There you go.
Big black rubber baby buggy bumpers.
Our next guest is probably the only person
I bet he has leather pants.
likely to have a pair of leather pants that we're talking about. In the big room right now, we have the legendary voice of Ace Cosby. He's our engineer. Chick McGee is across the way at the sports desk. Josh with his lumberjack shirt on.
My last name. I swear I know you did.
What did I say?
Chick McGee is here. You absolutely did. Chick Murphy.
God. Then we have, this is Tom Pause
Chick Corea?
speaking.
No, that's not right.
I love Chick Corea. We have Willie G, that I mentioned, Christy, and then in the Then Came Bronson outfit, it's Pat Godwin. Please look on our various social media platforms for why I say that. And then we have Al Jackson. I'm just betting Al either has or had leather pants. Al, what am I talking about? How am I doing here?
Tom, this is going to be so bad because, I have my phone sitting next to my computer as I'm talking to y'all.
Mm-hmm.
And I got an ad yesterday on my Facebook feed for leather pants.
Did you
And
really?
I was like, have I been talking about leather pants? And now my phone that's definitely listening to me is going to hear another 5-minute section on leather pants. And that's going to be my whole feed. And then I'm going to have to buy some. And you guys know I will.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
You're very stylish.
Christy, can a man pull off leather pants?
Hell yes.
Or does he have to be no? You're thinking like Lenny Kravitz.
Yeah.
Like
right.
Mick
a
Jagger.
regular dude.
Yeah.
Well, a regular dude. Like, what do you mean?
Like if I walked in wearing them.
Well, that's the answer.
Yeah,
that'd
exactly.
be no.
That's exactly
That is
right.
uncontrolled laughter.
That's right.
there.
That was a genuine response.
I don't mean anything disrespectful.
Gotta roll.
But
No, God, no.
Al Jackson could pull off leather pants. Absolutely.
I think so. There's
You have a look,
Al
dude.
has a certain hipness to him that none of us really have.
You know what though, Tom? This goes back to my theory though about leather pants and just men's dress in general. I think it would be better, Joshy, if you did wear leather pants. Let's say you were a single man in a hypothetical world. You walk into a bar with leather pants. Okay, not a great look, and a lot of women won't like that, but one will. And I always say for dudes, who cares about the other ones?
Right.
It's better to look like look at Dog the Bounty Hunter. He looks ostensibly ridiculous.
Right.
Yes,
But
totally.
there are women that look at him, and you want 9 women to be like, absolutely no, and one to be like, I'm going home with that guy, rather than you just be kind of plain Jane, and then everybody's like, oh, he's fine.
Yeah.
But no one goes
Exactly.
home with the guy that's fine. It's better to have a green mohawk because 199 women would be like, nah, but one woman would be like, finally, a dude with some style.
Yes. Yeah.
You're going to stand out. You're right.
And
Absolutely.
the worst thing that could happen is the guy with the green mohawk gets laid because then he'll go, well, this green mohawk got me laid. I'm gonna keep this, and it might not ever happen again.
Mm-hmm. What's the weirdest
I like the way you think.
Al, the weirdest hair thing you've ever done? Did you ever have like a huge fro, or did you ever do like shaved in the sides with like a eraser head? Any of that stuff?
I did the Eraserhead to a lesser extent back when black men used to have the fade, like the fade, but then you would just you would let it grow up on the top.
That's coming back. I'm seeing a lot of it again.
Yeah, well, kids can grow it. My hair is like an old black security guard. It's done working. It's working from 11 to 7 a.m.
And that's it.
Al, that joke is so good you can take the rest of the year off. That is my hair is that is so fine. I had no idea we were going that direction. Wow. That is just fantastic. We could all do a thing. Worst hair we've ever had. Worst hairstyle. Did you ever have a mullet, Josh?
No, I had a rat tail when I was a kid.
Really?
That was absolutely the worst hair. Yeah.
See a photo.
Did all the brothers or just you?
No, there were at least 3 of us got them.
Okay.
And we got crew cuts and then just the long, curly rat tail in the back.
Did you braid it?
No, but mine got so long I could wrap it around my face.
And do like a little mustache with it?
Wow.
Yes.
What'd your dad say?
My dad hated me. But my mom cut our hair a lot when we were growing up, so she let us have them, and we were the dirt bags of St. Louis for a while.
I grew up in...
I can tell you're really disturbed by this. I can tell by your body language.
It is a little embarrassing to look back and go, man, because we also got them like 6 months too late. Like they were already out of fashion and everything. But we wanted them, and God bless my mom for giving them to us.
During when I was on the football team, I grew up in Central Ohio, so our coach thought he was Woody Hayes, but he wasn't. But he made all of us get our heads shaved to be on the team. And I don't mean like skin, but I mean almost nothing.
The old number one with the clippers.
That's exactly the Burr haircut.
And that was probably
like
the
that.
height of fashionably acceptable long hair, that era.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah.
Wow. Well, I know that I think it's finally gone away, but the fashion a couple of years ago was the shaved on the sides, hair on the top thing, which I, of course, equate to the Hitler Youth, which is where it started. I think it's a terrible idea. But I have noticed some older guys that do that are balding on top. So they have this sort of a tonsure of a crew cut on this little area and then nothing. What a terrible look.
Wow, that's a way to buy yourself some years, Tom. When that hair starts to go.
I don't think so. No, you're not dyeing it anymore, are you, Al?
No, I stopped dyeing like 2 years ago. I'm like, my hair's going to do what it's going to do. I look at it like a jazz magician. Let's just let it go and see where it goes.
Okay. How about the beard? Is that dye free?
The beard's dye free. I have like a little white patch here, just like my little wisdom patch. So I think I'm fine. I think there's some women that like gray hair, and all you need, like I said, you just need one, fellas. You just need one woman.
That's a good idea. Now, Josh, I don't know if can you see him, Al? Josh has just sort of in the chin area, just going a little bit gray there.
Very gray. Yeah, I like it though.
Kind of distinguished.
Yeah, I get compliments on it. I don't like the gray nose hair or the gray mustache hair. People always assume it's cool.
Really? You don't like that, huh?
Gray nose hair?
You have gray nose hair?
Yeah, I have a lot of gray nose hair.
Yeah, the gray nose hair, the gray mustache hair. Josh hates that.
Wow. That would look terrible.
I would prefer it be all gray like yours.
That would be horrible.
What I'm saying is I get gray people go, oh, would you have a powdered donut? No, it's...
Hey, Entenmann's, wipe your face off.
That's just because of your heavy cocaine use.
Hey, Dolly. Yeah. Hey, Scarface.
Wow, here comes funnel cakes.
Right here.
Yeah, I was interviewing Davy Jones from the Monkees. Were you with me when we did that? Were you with me, Ace? I forget. They were in a trailer down at the tennis court concert thing.
I was not there.
And Davy Jones came out. We were doing a live interview, and he had a gigantic rock of cocaine dangling between his nose hairs.
He did?
Absolutely.
Oh. Wow. Did you say anything?
No. What are you going to say? Hey, Davy, you want to get that out of there?
Wow.
Yeah, you might want to smash that up and finish that, bro. No leftovers.
But it was a good show. Now,
really, the Monkees. Okay.
Oh, they were great.
Oh, I saw them too. I saw them twice. They were awesome.
All of you are insane.
No, we're not.
No, it was the reunion tour, the MTV era, and they had a great band with them.
That was then.
They were
this
great.
is now.
Don't you ever do that.
Hey, Sharon, you may put them down, but they're too busy singing to put anybody down.
That's exactly right, Willie.
I remember my mom virtually sliding off of her chair when Davy Jones walked
I have a picture of him singing to me.
Well,
that's one of my treasured possessions.
That's really an
He's not
uncomfortable
going to sing
image.
anymore,
Yeah.
now, is he?
No,
What was
but
even worse was how excited my dad got when he saw Peter Tork.
That's an inside joke.
Oh, the old Peter Tork.
Peter was in here, very nice guy, sadly gone. Okay,
One of the worst
Al,
performances we've ever had on this show of anything. Peter Tork.
must you be so contrary?
I'm not contrary.
I used to love that the song that ended the Monkees. That was one of his.
I don't think there are a lot of African American Monkees fans. Do you think that's? But do you remember the song "Mr. Dabalina"?
Yes, I do.
Mr. Bob Dabalina, which came from a Monkees song.
I did not know that.
Yeah,
That's
and
interesting.
I forget who that hip hop artist was, but it was such a huge Monkees fan.
Mr. Bobalina, Mr. Bob Dabalina.
Yeah, Mr.
I know that
Dabalina,
song.
Mr. Bob.
Was it that Del the Funky Homo Sapien?
Yes, thank you. It was.
Al's
What
got
the
it.
hell is going on? I feel like I'm at the physicist convention.
Seriously, what was the guy's name again?
Del the Funky Homo Sapien, who then went into porn and then switched his name to Deltron 2020 and reinvented his career and got super famous again. I don't know if you know Deltron 2020. Actually, a friend of mine took me to one of his concerts, and I was like, isn't this Del the Funky Homo Sapien that kind of retired in '88? And I mean, he packed out the House of Blues in Chicago.
Wow.
He completely reinvented himself with a new name.
Huh.
Is there any precedent for that, Tom, in your world, where somebody's like really just augmented their name, and then had a new career?
The closest would maybe be Garth Brooks doing that Chris Gaines.
Yeah, but that didn't work.
It didn't.
That almost took out whatever label he was on.
Right.
What about
also a successful one? Okay.
what about the great comedian in Taxi, Kaufman, Andy Kaufman?
Andy Kaufman, yeah, he did a bunch of weird stuff like that. But yeah, there may be one. Let me think on it. In the meantime, Al, I want to give you a couple quiz things here in my continuing effort.
Why don't we let Al give you the
yes.
questions instead of your stupid
because
quiz?
Al's stuff is relevant.
First of all, I just love doing this segment.
Handsome man.
Willie gets so mad at these that it's worth it. It's almost like I know I'm supposed to be entertaining people, but I just look at Willie because he's so legitimately mad at every question. He's like, who cares? Who cares what I'm...
Al, because I think that there are people, in markets that have us, that listen to us, that know the words you're saying, and unfortunately, we're not on. The Bob and Tom Show does not play in the East Village of New York City in 1961. We don't play there.
That's true.
So none of these words are going to
Maybe
matter.
it will in an episode of The Twilight Zone.
Yes.
that'd be
Guy
cool.
gets an old radio and what's that Bob and Tom show? Well, let me just try two quick ones on you.
All right, got you, bro.
Okay. Al, do you know what it means to say, hey, man, I'm going to go visit the boneyard?
Go to the bathroom.
No? Anyone?
Go to bed.
Go smoke?
No.
Oh, smoke a
Boneyard.
Boneyard.
It's going to
that was
the,
a
going to
good
the
guess.
cemetery.
Wow, that's the obvious
Literally
one.
what a boneyard
That's not even
Why would you
funny.
need slang for that? Like, are you doing that much?
How about this one?
I'm going to go to the post office.
What does that mean?
I'm going
Go to the grocery store. Do you know what I mean?
Okay.
Now, do you know what we used to call the postmaster general?
No.
That was a DJ who could hit the post every time when a song would play.
I love it. Love it. Oh,
I really like that.
How about this one?
love that.
I'm going to decorate the mahogany.
Decorate the
I don't even
mahogany.
want to
Doing
speculate.
something weird in the bed?
Take a big
That's what I was thinking, honestly.
No, it'd be like if you were in a bar, you're going to buy a whole round of drinks for everybody in the bar. I'm going to decorate the mahogany.
I kind of like that, and I like old school bars. So, okay, see,
Yeah, that's
Tom,
kind of
you're
obscure.
redeeming
Okay,
yourself.
now you give me a couple, Al. Let me
Those
see
were
if I can get them.
All right, Tom, and I just want to say before I start, I love doing the Bob and Tom show because I feel safe. I'm looking at Pat Godwin, and he looks like a bouncer for gnomes.
You can come on it.
Checking Keebler IDs.
Yeah, there's something about that look.
All right.
Thank you, Chris.
Tom, let's get this going.
It wasn't
Tom,
a compliment.
you had a lot of momentum at the end of 2020. Got to
Right.
keep it going 2021. So this is kind of a tough one.
I'm ready.
But think this through. Tom, if I told you I ran into Willie and I gave him bars, what did I give him?
Is this a cell phone reference of some sort?
No.
Okay. He had lots of bars. He could get good reception. I gave him bars.
Xanax?
Oh, did you sort of make him an honorary soldier of some sort? I gave him bars. Now he's a captain of.
Yeah, that's what he did.
Yeah.
Hypnus.
Tom, how often do you run into friends and make them an honorary soldier? Yeah, and you're not on any kind of mushroom.
I say, hey, Chief. Anybody have any ideas for this one?
Xanax was my guess.
Yeah, that's what I guess.
No, Al didn't give me bars. It wasn't 2016.
That's an older guys.
Is that something with money, gold bars?
No, and actually, I forgot that bars could be a drug reference. No, to give somebody bars is a hip hop term because when every line that you rhyme is called a bar. If Willie and I were battling back and forth hip hop wise, and somebody was deemed the winner, you'd say, "Oh, I gave him bars."
Gotcha.
Does that mean you're helping him write his composition?
No, just that you out-rapped him.
Oh, you out-rapped him. Oh, okay.
Or you could say I'm gonna do a guest verse on Tom's album. He's giving me 16 bars. That tells you how long your verse is allowed to be.
Well, because Pat and I write together all the time. So, hey, Pat, I got 2 bars for your new song.
I got 14 for you, too.
Okay, cool. All right.
Yeah.
Right on, my man.
Right on back to you.
My man, 50 grand. Okay, I got time for one more, Al. One more, Al.
Tom, I love this one. Tom, if we're on TikTok together and you leave a cake emoji for somebody, let's say a young lady, or it could be a young man, it's 2021, what are you saying about them?
Happy birthday.
How innocent and sweet.
That was adorable.
Yeah.
That was
That's not what it is?
Answer.
No.
You leave a cake for them.
You leave a cake in their menu.
And you implied, I think, with your delivery that it was some kind of romantic entanglement, or
maybe
the implication of romance.
I could see that.
Would that be like, will you marry me?
Again, you're very sweet.
Wedding cake? No.
Does it mean dad ass?
Does it have
Yes, look at Joshy coming through from left field.
What does it
throwing
mean?
him out at home plate like Bo Jackson at 86.
What does it mean?
That is it.
Dad ass.
Yeah, it's like a
cakes.
peach emoji.
Oh, cake refers to the gluteus maximus, does it?
You never heard the Junkyard Dog song, Grab Them Cakes?
Nope.
Not even a little bit.
I believe my stereo has a filter.
Al, I'm not going to get canceled, am I, for saying that black people don't like the monkeys?
No, I think that's I don't think there's one black. Well, there's probably one, and his bust is somewhere in a Hall of Fame. Like yes, there's one guy. Okay. Yeah, they missed us with that one.
Okay,
and it was the funky Homo sapien.
Del the funky Homo sapien. Turned into Deltron 2020. There's your music.
Did I run my idea by you, Pat, of getting someone who can speak like the governor of New York, but have him sing and call him Perry Cuomo?
I like it.
It was a Moon River. Al Jackson is one of my favorite human beings. Al, it's always a great pleasure. And
Guys,
Al, of course, is also an author.
Yes.
Love you, man.
I got Al's book right here for kids. Where is Baby Ford? And it's a lot of fun, and it's a benefit project. For those of you familiar with things in the world of autism, a fine book. Find it. Where do you get it again, Al?
You can just go to my website, aljacksonlive.com. And you can also find me on Cameo. A couple of Bob and Tom fans have asked me to do this quiz with their family members. So you can find me on Cameo, and I'll do
great.
Oh, cool.
I'll do an
That is
individual
very cool.
Bob and Tom quiz for your family members, and I will grade them and send a response.
Nice.
Okay, Al, thank you very much. And we will talk to you again next week. Looking forward to a great 2021.
I love y'all.
Love you too, Al. Bye.
And now, right now, I want to talk about something I just discovered in 2021. In
What's
fact, as an absolute fact, I just had one a few minutes ago.
You said you were going to. I can't wait for the commercial. So you take a break so I can have a Built
Bar.
Built Bar. These are so good. I'm not just saying that. Built Bar, I had never had one, and I had my first one a few weeks ago. If you want to keep your New Year's resolution, maybe maintain that weight, drop a few pounds, which I think I'd like to do. I think everybody else would too. Built Bar, healthier than your favorite protein bar you got right now. And this thing tastes just like a candy bar. We've talked about this before. A lot of those healthy bars taste like you're eating sawdust full of Elmer's glue. You know what I'm talking about. Boy, this must be good for me because it tastes so bad. Not the Built Bar. Try it. You're going to believe me. By the way, each bar, real chocolate, only 110 to 160 calories, depending on which one you like. I love the peanut butter one, frankly. It could be the healthiest thing you do all day, and basically mine was my breakfast, and it was great. And I did say a couple hours ago, I said, I got to get something to eat. I'm going to have a Built Bar, and I'm feeling great right now. Every Built Bar is covered in 100% chocolate. Some of those flavors would include what? Cookies and cream, coconut almond, peanut butter. Oh, there's caramel brownie as well.
Don't forget peanut butter and chocolate.
Okay. Don't give up on your resolution. Built Bar is the answer. BuiltBar.com. Use the promo code BT20 to get 20% off your next order. The promo code BT20, 20% off for a delicious Built Bar. We're coming right back. This is the Bob and Tom.
This is the Bob and Tom Show. Text us at 888-262-8661. More Bob and Tom next.
Hi, everybody. This is Mark Sweeney, and you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
And you're listening to Mark Allison right here on Bob and Tom 24/7. Oh, I sit in and do a little of this and a little of that, but really the heavy lifting goes to the people in the studio. That's Tom and Chick and Josh and Christy and Willie G and Pat Godwin. Yes, we're all here skating at full strength. Sure, Chick missed a day earlier this week, but you know, we're all better because of it. He's well rested and excited. His Washington football team heading to the playoffs. Hope your NFL team is in the playoffs. We'll have more of that coming up. Probably we'll shoe in and Chick will pick some NFL games, maybe against a grandma you know. It'll be fun and exciting, so stay tuned. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up.
I'm Chick McGee with your Bob and Tom Sports Update. Kevin Stefanski has vowed not to let COVID-19 stop him from getting the Cleveland Browns ready for their wild card playoff game Sunday at Pittsburgh. The first-year coach just led the Browns into the AFC playoffs, their first postseason appearance since 2002. Stefanski tested positive for COVID yesterday. New York Giants co-owner John Mara says Dave Gettleman will remain general manager despite a 15-33 record in his first 3 seasons at the post. The Giants 6-10 under first-year coach Joe Judge this season. NBA winners last night: Orlando, Indiana, Philly, New York, Charlotte, Boston, Oklahoma City, Milwaukee, Phoenix, Sacramento, and the Clippers. And top 25 college basketball winners: Baylor, Creighton, Tennessee, Michigan, Houston, Duke, and Virginia. And Louisville upset number 19, Virginia Tech. I'm Chick McGee, and that's your Bob and Tom Sports Update.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bob and Tom.
After talking with a group of massage parlor operators who urged the authorities to reopen their venues as soon as possible due to economic pain, Mr. Faris
As the eye can see.
It's better. Faris Karasanar Awiwong.
No, you're pronouncing it wrong.
Awiwong.
Here's how you pronounce it. I looked this guy's up. It's Karasanair Awiwong.
Karis there. Wing wing. Walla walla wing wong.
Did I get it right?
Bob and Tom in the morning and highlights all day long.
The Bob and Tom Show, weekday mornings at 6 a.m. Eastern on Bob and Tom 24/7.
You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
You're so weird.
You have no idea. Essential Morning Radio. This is Bob and Tom 24/7. 24/7.
Time now for Bob and Tom Super Bowl Trivia.
The 1972 Miami Dolphins became the first NFL team to go undefeated for all of their regular and postseason games. Most analysts agree that their marvelous no-name defense was the key to their brilliant performance. But perhaps no other defense in the NFL compares to the one seen in 1994 when O.J. Simpson faced double homicide charges in an L.A. courtroom. We salute you, Orenthal James Simpson, NFL Hall of Famer, accused murderer, and free American citizen.
This has been Bob and Tom Super Bowl Trivia.
Good morning, sunshine.
Bob and Tom 24/7. 24/7. 24/7.
We have also a Matt Fulcher on here. Matt, I know you're a rap fan.
Right.
Do you curse a lot in your...
Well, on the radio, they take out all the curse words, which means they take out all the words. You know what I mean?
Oh, sure, for the rap songs?
Yeah.
Sure.
Turn on the hip-hop station, it's like, I'm gonna you up so bad, gonna to your mother, man. And after that, I'm gonna, your mother, sister, gonna...
At Q95, it's the Bob and Tom Show.
Oh, thank you very much. Christy Lee.
Yes, sir.
Le forecast.
Yeah, Q95, Fox 59 weather brought to you by CarX and in English. Cloudy skies, look for a high of 38. Cloudy tonight down to 28. Cloudy 34 tomorrow. Cloudy and 34 right now.
What is it, sunny Monday for like 10 minutes?
Saturday should see some sunshine. I saw a peak of sun yesterday for about 13 seconds. Peak of sun. Peak of sun.
Favorite Pokemon.
Thank you very much.
Peak of sun.
Okay, thank you very much, Christy Lee.
Mingy, mingy, mingy.
Now, we got to get back to the action, please.
What's that?
Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show.
Pikachu.
Let's meet everybody, shall we? Christy Lee.
Hi.
Little touch of maroon in the shirt there.
On the old boobs.
The old boobs. That's what you call them, Christy? The old boobs.
My old boobs.
The old boobs.
Well,
Excuse me.
actually, yes.
The old boobs.
Not what I meant at all.
That's chapter 17 of her book.
But they're mine. I can say that.
I tried. I tried. I got up. I came in. I was tired just like everybody else.
Man, I'm exhausted.
There's Ace Cosby,
Sure,
our
I'm
engineer.
lazy. I understand that, but I'm exhausted.
Ace, do you have another arrow in the quiver over there?
Oh, come on.
I think today's...
if Chick wants one.
Yeah, please. Yeah.
Okay.
Hit me again. Harder.
Okay,
harder.
there's Christy, I'm Tom, there's Josh, let's see, Chick, Pat Godwin, Willie G. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, it's been a rough morning. I think it's time now to correct everything with a large dose of levity. Coming from that corner of the room, it's Ace Cosby.
What muscle on your body? It never says hello. Your bicep.
I mean, that's terrible.
That was pretty bad. Yes.
It's not wordplay. It's not a pun.
You can't argue with them. No, it says goodbye all the time.
Yeah, it does.
No, it doesn't even say good bicep.
It just bye. Okay, sorry.
That implies it's the sep, not the bicep.
Okay, let's see. Where was I? Oh, I know. Christy Lee is
Yes.
right over there. I can see her. She's got more news. What have we missed?
Well, Miley Cyrus is in the news. She said in a recent interview that she likes sex toys. I buy them for myself, but I end up using them for interior design.
I saw this article.
Sex and interior design go actually hand in hand, according to Miley. I'll buy a dildo, and for more than its operation, if you will, I love the way it looks on my table. She said, I like vibrators, but I mostly like the aesthetic.
There's a photograph of her standing in front of like
a bunch of them?
8 colorful
builds.
Yeah, I think she's trying to say, "Hey, I'm not Hannah Montana anymore. We get it."
Yeah,
she's been saying that for a few years.
Yeah, but she's kidding.
I do like her, though.
She's got some great songs.
Have you ever seen her cover Jolene?
Oh, it's so amazing.
Incredible.
Yeah, real good.
But in any event,
I can care for you anymore, Willie.
Oh, pal. No, Chick, you're going to dig this.
He doesn't. Well, Chick doesn't care for Dolly.
You're covering the entire thing.
Wait a minute. You don't like Dolly Parton?
No.
She's the best.
No, Chick, you're going to love it. She's wearing a Cowboys jersey. You're going to love this, man.
In any event, we can move on here.
Michael Jackson's Neverland Ranch has been sold. According to the Wall Street Journal, the billionaire businessman Ron Burkle, an associate of the late pop star, purchased the 2,700-acre property in Los Olivos, California for $22 million. The property features a 12,500 square foot main home, a pool house, movie theater, dance studio, firehouse, and a Disney-style train station.
I bet.
And what about the carcasses of all the animals that have passed away?
The animals have been moved out. The asking price of the property started at $100 million back in 2016, was dropped to $67 million a year later, and then once again, just sold for $22 million.
Wow.
It's a bargain.
That dropped in price a lot.
Yeah.
Must have been that Netflix special, huh? Who says there's no such thing as bad publicity?
The realtor was Century 11.
It really dropped.
It's a bargain. Yes.
Younger.
You know what Neverland stood for?
No, what?
You don't really serious? You don't know?
Yeah, the Peter Pan complex the guy had.
Well, that.
No. It wasn't really the name. It was a warning for cute little boys in helicopters.
Neverland.
Oh, my God.
Neverland.
Goodness.
Otherwise, yeah.
Why are you laughing?
Why
took a
are
lot of
you
work, that
laughing
one.
at that?
Bicep.
Bicep. Yeah, no wonder he could
Did you see the documentary?
Yeah. I knew look, yeah. Remember there was a while there where you couldn't talk about Michael Jackson being the monster that he was?
Yeah, that was true. It went from no monster, no monster, and I don't know where we are right now, quite frankly.
I don't know either.
I don't know. I'm still kind of just listening to Off the Wall, having a pretty good time. So.
Fine
Rock
record.
With You is a great song. I'd rather listen to that than Jolene, I can tell you that.
Really?
No, I don't agree, but that's
Oh, boy. Hey, Family Video closing all its remaining stores.
It is? I love that they were the last...
The 42-year-old Midwestern chain announced Tuesday that over 250 stores nationwide.
I don't know. Josh isn't complaining in reality. He's not. You don't have to pay off those late fees now, Josh.
That's right.
They're going to hold liquidation sales. Kevin Hoagland of Family Video said, quote, the impact of COVID-19, not only in foot traffic, but also in the lack of movie releases.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Pushed the end to an era.
Christy, I hadn't considered that.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, if you have a fireworks store, you got a new location.
Yeah.
Martial arts place.
Spirit Halloween.
Yes, exactly.
Our 250 more, what is it called, Dollar Generals on the way. Well, that's a shame.
Man, they tried everything, too. They teamed up with Little Caesars to get them right next to each other so people could go get a movie and a pizza.
Oh, yeah.
They did?
Yeah, a lot of them did. And,
Yeah, they did. What was the other weird thing that they did? You're right. Weren't some of them doing CBD oil?
What?
I think so. Some of them did become like vape stores.
Yeah, I could be wrong. I think some of them did that.
Didn't they go beta there for a minute? Didn't they?
You're just saying that because you know the story.
Yep, I do.
I sure do miss. I really enjoyed going and renting movies.
Do you know the story of Beta and Tom Griswold?
Yeah, he doubled down on Beta, right?
No, I did my first VCR type device.
You asked around what's the best
asked
quality?
a friend of mine, and I don't want to say his name, Art, said, "Oh no, you got to go Beta. That's the way to go." So I joined this video store.
Yeah.
And in those days, you'd buy these tickets.
Right.
So you'd buy $50 worth of tickets. Yep. And then about a month later, none of the movies came out in Beta. They folded it up. Store went away.
Yeah. Brutal.
Yeah.
It's not Family Video, but Blockbuster. I think that you yelled at me more than any other place. And then that Blockbuster line where they have the sodas and the popcorn and the can I get this? Can I get this? Oh, I get Whoppers? No, you can't. We're already renting Jackass. Come on. Your mom's already mad at me for that.
But the great thing about that video place, which the building is now something else, of course, but that was great because there was a guy there that knew everybody, and we'd walk in. He'd go, "Oh, hey, I got one for this. You'll like this if you like this." And it's kind of sweet.
Yeah, I missed that part.
Kind of Mayberry-like.
Remember grabbing the America Online thing at the checkout?
No.
The disc to install AOL for
Right. They sold those there?
Sure.
The disc. Yeah.
Yep.
I just stole those from my neighbor's mailbox.
Well, it's a felony.
Some weirdo at a video store sticking his nose in there. You're going to watch this movie. No,
When we
weirdo.
come-
Get away
Exactly.
from
I know
me.
what I'm here for. Shut up.
Yeah.
When we
Get
come
away
back-
from me, Daryl.
When we come back, mushrooms and dildos and satellite stuff in the air. Okay, I'm telling you, it's going to be fascinating. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
More Bob and Tom next. Got a comment? Our email is bobandtom@bobandtom.com. Listening to Bob and Tom 24/7. Essential Morning Radio. This is Bob and Tom 24/7. 24/7. 24/7.
Hey, don't forget to set your alarm clock for tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. It's Bob and Tom Tonight. Over 20 minutes of the best of today's show tonight. That's video. You can just sit back and watch and see what the cast was wearing, how they reacted to the jokes. Oh, what Tom said. Search Bob and Tom YouTube or go to bobandtom.com. It's Bob and Tom Tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific, right there on Bob and Tom's YouTube channel. Check it out, won't you?
Hi, everybody. Christy Lee from the Navy Federal Credit Union News Desk. Congress has confirmed Democrat Joe Biden as the presidential election winner. Hours after protesters loyal to President Donald Trump stormed the U.S. Capitol, lawmakers resolved to work almost through the night to uphold the will of the voters. Congress eventually resumed after the protest, and Biden won. Trump promised an orderly transition on January 20th. Two more federal agencies have added their names to the list of those affected by the massive cyber attacks on the U.S. government and private business, an effort blamed on elite Russian hackers. Both the Justice Department and the federal court system say they were among the dozens of targets of electronic break-ins. Both agencies say the extent of the damage was unclear. And two Australian fishermen made quite a catch the other day in a crocodile habitat. Cam Faust and fellow angler Kev Joyner said they heard a man yelling for help as they released crab traps from their boat. They found the man sitting on a stump sporting only mud, cuts, and insect bites. Faust said the naked guy told him and his fishing buddy he was lost and survived by eating snails and used his clothing for bits and pieces along the way, whatever that means. That seemed a little suspicious to the fishermen as well. Police say the naked man had been free on bail after being charged with armed robbery, multiple aggravated assaults, and other crimes, and had cut off his electronic monitoring device to evade police. He now has a court date set for February 9th. And that's your news. I'm Christy Lee. More of the Bob and Tom Show on the way.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bob and Tom.
I could read some of the meanest things that you've ever said to me.
Oh, we have to hear that.
We must hear this.
It's only two things, but they're good. One is a classic. It's "Damn it, Willie, you're ruining Christmas." Everybody loves.
And he said that in all earnestness?
All earnestness.
Yeah. What were you doing?
One, like for something as small as opening a stocking present out of line. Yeah, God damn it, you're ruining Christmas. Or damn it, you're ruining Christmas.
Bob and Tom in the morning and highlights all day long.
The Bob and Tom Show, weekday mornings at 6 a.m. Eastern on Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hey, don't say we didn't warn you.
Oh, my God.
There's laughter ahead. This is Bob and Tom 24/7.
Time now for great moments in NFL history.
The year was 1926. All-star fullback Ernie Nevers of Stanford. Nevers played in all but 29 minutes of the games. 3 years later, in 1929, Nevers scored all of the points for his team. This single game, 40 points scored by a single player, is still a record that stands today as the NFL's oldest. Nevers also holds a few lesser-known and unofficial records.
Oh, really?
Such as highest number of STDs treated in a single season. And the longest winning streak with road horse.
This has been great moments in NFL history.
Wow.
Bob and Tom. They put the F in professional.
Thanks for joining us. With us in the studio, comedian Billy Gardell. Now, for many of the comedians who visit, all you have to do is tell them that there's porno there, and suddenly they
I can't. I'm married. I can't even have it in the house. Mm-hmm. She'll find it. It's every time I walk in the house and I'm doing something wrong, I hear that music from Law and Order. It's like gong gong.
9:03 at Q95. It's the Bob and Tom Show.
Christy Lee's got a quick update in the forecast.
Q95, Fox 59 weather, cloudy, cloudy, cloudy. Look for a high today of 38, low tonight 28, high tomorrow 34, 34 now.
Oh, you must be listening for some serious cash. Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Let's see now. There's Patty G in the other room, looking good, Pat.
Hello.
There's Christy Lee in the Navy Federal Credit Union newsroom. I'm Tom. That's Josh. There's Chick. There's Ace and Willie G. And we are all present and accounted for, ladies and gentlemen. Now, we turn back to Christy to see what we have missed in the news. In the world of news, a lot going on. What have you got over there?
A llama was found wandering in a field near a highway in Massachusetts. According to the Boston Globe, Patrick Bodie was driving in Newburyport Monday when he spotted the llama and stopped to approach it. Bodie told the newspaper the animal acted very chill. Responding Animal Control Officer Kayla Provencher
shot it.
She did not shoot it.
I'm sorry.
Delicious.
Said the llama was hungry and thirsty, indicating he was in need of care.
Don't you want to get llamas? Isn't that your goal in life, to have a farm full of llamas?
Alpacas, but close enough.
Alpaca?
Yes,
Alpacas are a little smaller than llamas.
Okay.
Good riding size.
Better
Bodie called local farmers to see if anyone was missing a llama.
Was it microchipped?
No.
No?
They don't have
They still don't have any lead on its owner. The llama currently being housed by New Hampshire farm owner Carly Lesage, who told the newspaper that if no owner comes forward, she's considering keeping the llama herself.
Oh,
yeah.
Llama, 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 camellia.
Why? Wait a minute. Why now? You said so much that.
You've been around llamas?
I have been around llamas. I have a friend, yes, who has llamas. Yes.
Yeah, rescue llama.
They're not rescue llamas. They're her llamas. She's got a farm of llamas. That's
and the most famous llama.
The Dalai Lama.
The robes. Striking.
Do you shave them for their furs? No, because aren't there alpaca sweaters?
Yes, there are.
So is there llama fur?
I don't know if llama sweaters are as big as alpaca. Alpaca wool sweaters are expensive.
Alpaca, like fur and stuff, is very versatile.
Yeah.
I mean, when I travel, I'll pack a suitcase.
Will you?
Yeah, right before I have dinner.
Oh, my God.
Josh, yeah, right before dinner.
There it is. Where's the booing?
I thought it was fun. Right before dinner, I'll pack a bowl. Before bed, I'll
pack a bowl.
Yeah, I'll relax.
Well, we got another request.
Another request.
We got a request.
This is exciting.
Christy's going to have to set this up.
Is it brought to us by an insurance company?
What are you talking
Insurance.
Insurance. Insurance.
Okay. Stomach upset.
Police.
Christy,
Yeah,
the story was
Tom.
about a cartoon in Denmark, I believe, in which the main character translates to penis man.
Yes. Yeah.
And it's a children's cartoon, and this guy
children's
solves
cartoon.
crimes and stuff. And
John Dillermand. It's called Dillermand. Yes.
Which means penisman?
It means penis man in Danish. Shows aimed at children between the ages of 4 and 8. It shows how he has to deal with everyday life with a huge...
And I refuse to go over to miss this. Josh, of course, had the line of the morning, I think, as far as what used to be the most famous cartoon in Denmark.
Oh, sure, Scooby-Doo. Yeah.
Scooby-Doo, because he's a
Great Dane.
Great Dane.
Thank you very much.
Even with a lot of context added.
Yeah.
Still,
I
right
really
there.
tried to context the hell out of that.
But yeah, this does seem inappropriate. But they say that kids think it's funny and kids think genitals are funny.
Oh, I would. I do now.
Yes.
Okay.
It is funny if you look at the cartoon. It's funny. It's so ridiculous. It's
and
funny.
Look at the moms. Look at the moms of Pixar. Look at their butts. They're massive.
Huge,
they're insane.
Yeah.
We have sort of these over sexualized cartoon characters over here too.
Don't you think balls though are funnier than?
Oh yes, inherently they're funnier.
Balls are funnier, I think.
You don't see a lot of cartoon balls.
No, I think you should.
You ever notice every boy is born with old man balls?
Captain
Big balls, yeah.
What the hell are we talking
Good
about?
premise.
Yeah.
Why don't you work on that and then
They never
get
look
back to
young,
me.
do they? Never young.
Oh,
Great
boy.
Dane. Okay.
Yeah, this thing, I mean, I'm looking at the cartoon now. It almost looks like claymation.
It is claymation.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yes,
and,
it is.
and this guy, he's got a funny striped suit like Where's Waldo, and he literally has a 30-foot male member.
Yeah, but it's wrapped in this little striped suit,
and in
so
this
it's not
particular
like
thing,
a
I'm not-
giant.
Oh, it's not exposed.
No, it's not.
It's
not a
well,
fleshy
yeah, but in
monster.
this one, he's using his giant member to pour lighter fluid on the barbecue.
Right.
How about that?
Well,
He's hanging from balloons in one of them.
Is he really?
Takes the ice
So it
cream
is
away.
prehensile.
oh, it's ridiculous. He's holding a can of whatever lighter fluid,
Yeah.
whatever you use on charcoal grill.
Having a grill out?
Yeah, why not, right?
Don't light it.
Yeah.
Yeah, they. This show is in Denver, but it's also huge in Israel.
Oh, is
that
it?
right?
But they only show clips.
Certainly, yes, of course.
Clips. Israel.
They show the top of the cartoon.
There's your
Circumcised.
bris joke.
It's the circus
There,
size.
Little off the top.
Wait, circus. It's the circus size. No?
I don't think so. I have a request for this one. This is a great song called "The Attack of the Wiener Man," because this cartoon character is called Penis Man.
This cartoon. Yeah. Giant cartoon.
Got stuck in your throat there, didn't it?
All right.
Not the first one.
Okay, there we go. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the band called Here Come the Mummies, and this is a great song about wieners.
He's coming for you. He's gonna get you. Take the wiener man. He's coming for you. He's gonna get you. Take the wiener man. Late at night when the bars are closing, alcohol takes its toll and the drinkers need their favorite vendor. A tasty treat of sausage splendor. Little man behind the car. Police can't catch him because he's way too smart. The smell of mustard and a big umbrella. Hot dog man's got the perfect cover. He's coming for you. He's gonna get you. Attacking the wiener man. He's coming for you. He's gonna get you. Attacking the wiener man. footlong keeps you coming back. Once you're feeling safe and cool, that's when the Wiener Man makes his move. You can't scream when your mouth is full. He's coming for you. He's gonna get you. Talking the Wiener Man. He's coming for you. He's gonna get you. Talking the Wiener Man. Crown. He's coming for you. He's gonna get you. Talking the Wiener Man. He's coming for you. He's gonna get you. Talking the Wiener Man. He's coming for you. He's gonna get you. The Wiener Man. Talking the Wiener Man. Attacking the Wiener Man. The Wiener baby. Attacking the Wiener
The band is called Here Come the Mummies and the Attack of the Wiener Man, in honor of the Danish cartoon featuring a guy who was the Wiener Man.
Yeah.
Apparently. Very silly. Coming up, we have Wood in Space.
Yes.
Not sure how long that's going to last, but we're going to find out if it's the last thing we do. Also, we're going to feature, once again, the tribute to the year 2020 that we've gladly said goodbye to. And we hope we're not writing a similar song at the end of 2021, certainly. Right now, Chick McGee has brought many things to this program, including this one that I'm a big fan of. Of course, I'm talking about Simply Safe.
That's right.
For home security. Chick, you want to enlighten me, please?
You want to keep your home and family safe, whether it's from a break-in, a fire, flooding, a medical emergency. Simply Safe helps you with home security, delivers with an award-winning 24/7 protection. You don't just get an arsenal of cameras and sensors. You get the best professional monitors in the business. They got your back and day and night, ready to send police, fire, EMTs, whatever you need. And it's super easy. This is the do-it-yourself, set-it-up-yourself home security system we've talked about for years. It takes about 30 minutes, it says here. I say 20. Simply Safe's pros take over, and they monitor your home 24/7, and they're ready to send help at a moment's notice. Plus, with Simply Safe, no long-term contract, no hidden fees or installation costs, and no salesman, no weird technician. You just get the box and you set it up yourself. It couldn't be any easier. And right now, Bob and Tom Show listeners get a free home security HD camera when you purchase a Simply Safe system at simplysafetom.com. You also get a 60-day risk-free trial, so there's nothing to lose. Visit simplysafetom.com for your free security camera today. That's simplysafetom.com.
Coming up, we have Chernobyl in the news.
Oh, boy.
All right.
That sounds good.
Always not good. And more. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Bob and Tom. 24/7. Oh, yeah.
Hey, don't forget the laughter after the Bob and Tom Show. We call it Bob and Tom's Work Farce. All the fun without really that much effort. Ace Cosby, your host. You may know him as the joke of the day, our engineer in studio. That's right. Keep your smile going all day and keep your coworkers guessing what's making you so happy. It's us right here on Bob and Tom 24/7. More of the Bob and Tom Show right after this. Don't go anywhere.
Hi, everybody. Christy Lee from the Navy Federal Credit Union Entertainment News Desk. Joan Baez will mark her 80th birthday Saturday with an art exhibit, and you can join her virtually. She will stage an art show called Mischief Makers 2 at Seeger Gray Gallery in Mill Valley, California. It's only her second solo art show ever. Saturday's reception will be live streamed with an interview and virtual tour of the show. Paintings include portraits of singer Patti Smith and wavy gravy. Details are found at joanbaez.com. Snoop Dogg is a judge on a new show called The Go Big Show, along with Jennifer Nettles of Sugarland, actor Rosario Dawson, and wrestler Cody Rhodes. The talent on this program includes alligator trainers, monster truck drivers, and stunt archery experts. To pull off a show like this in the coronavirus era, everyone involved was locked down for a month. The Go Big Show premieres tonight on TBS. And have you lost a llama in Massachusetts? Well, authorities have found it after Patrick Bodie was driving through Newburyport and spotted a gray and white llama off the interstate. According to the Boston Globe, Bodie said the llama seemed very chill when he came across it. He summoned an animal control worker who called around to local farms to see if any llamas were missing. None were. So at this point, they're still trying to find out who owns the llama. And that's your news. I'm Christy Lee. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bob and Tom.
My roommate's boyfriend is so loud when he finishes, he lets out like a Tarzan yell.
I wonder how loud she is. I hear her boyfriend's name is Tom.
You can see your son's face.
Yeah.
Which you can.
All of our face.
I don't really yell when I'm done. I just go, I'm sorry, that never happened.
Bob and Tom in the morning and highlights all day long.
The Bob and Tom Show, weekday mornings at 6 a.m. Eastern on Bob and Tom 24/7.
Bob and Tom, well-meaning, but
yeah, they're all messed up.
More than slightly confused.
You're not helping the show where you're going. We don't want to go. You think that you're a cut-up. We wish that you would shut up, because you're not helping the show. You're not helping the show where you're going. We don't want to go. Your moment of enjoyment will lead to unemployment, because you're not helping the show. Don't you see, Chick McGee? Your career needs a plan B. You're not helping the show. Where you're going, we don't want to go. Bob and Tom are seething. It's time that you are leaving, because you're not helping the show. No, you're not helping the show.
Good morning, sunshine.
Bob and Tom 24/7.
Nick Griffin's our guest. I'm glad that
I'm glad everything's okay now. Yeah.
Now, are you dating at all? Do you see anyone? Are you?
No, I don't. I mean, I tried, they're doing that internet dating, which.
Have you tried that?
I have tried it, yeah. But I just don't see a future in it, because there's no story if you do get married with your kids. I was checking the box score, and then I double.
9:20 at Q95. It's the Bob and Tom Show.
Well, speaking of which, be listening very carefully for your shot at some serious cash coming up throughout the day on Q95. Christy Lee has an update on the weather forecast.
Brought to you by CarX. Cloudy today, 34. Cloudy tomorrow, 34. And right now, 34. Actually, today's 38. I made a mistake.
Okay.
Correct myself.
Coming up, we have the Chick McGee shoe-in of the week tomorrow.
If I make it.
Oh, you got a problem?
All of our prayers, I appreciate them. What did I say?
Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Let's see, there's Ace, Chick, Josh, I'm Tom, Willie, Patty G is over there. Christy Lee is in the Navy Federal Credit Union newsroom. Willie, did you have any luck? Did you ask Chick if anyone had ever named a sandwich after him? What was the story?
Well, we were talking about it. I asked Josh.
Whoa.
No,
You
you remember? And then I asked Josh during the break. I said, if you could have a sandwich named after you, what would you want it to be? And you go, save it, very deviously.
Oh, yeah, Josh, have you thought about this?
No, I didn't really put pen to paper on this or anything, but I could maybe riff something. Willie, what do you have for yours?
Well, I didn't really put pen to paper for it, but basically it's a buffalo chicken cheesesteak or a buffalo chicken parm. It's got it's got peppers, onions, white American, and cheddar or mozzarella for the chicken parm, and that's the one. So now we're moving on to deli-based sandwiches.
And is this called the Willie?
The Willie G would be ideal.
Okay, all right.
Just the Willie would be.
Sure, yeah.
Different
Maybe
kind of
sausage.
You know, like a dick sandwich. And then,
Again,
A dick sandwich. Is
I
that
thought
what we're
maybe
saying?
we were going down a subtler avenue.
no, it's slang. We're talking slang terms here.
Right.
May I move into deli meats? We have the turkey, ham, prosciutto, capicola, mayo, oil and vinegar, salt and pepper, extra provolone, and that could be on sliced challah.
You're taking this very seriously.
You sure are.
Or another deli meat would be turkey, bacon, lettuce, avo, mayo, and pepper. Now we're moving on to burgers, which I consider a being honest. This is a smash burger, extra cheese, onion ketchup, mustard mayo, hot sauce on a potato roll, brioche, or challah bun.
Now, a smash burger is a thinner, crispier.
I was going to ask what a smash burger
Thinner,
was.
crispier. Think Steak and Shake. Think Freddy's Steak Burgers.
You throw the meat in the grill, kind of pound it down.
And then the final breakfast sandwiches could be a bacon, egg, and cheese with spicy mayo and a challah bun, or very thinly sliced ham. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? Like city ham, thinly sliced.
You like your hollaback buns, don't you?
I love a challah bun. Challah bun, brioche, and for burgers, a potato roll.
Isn't that a song?
Yeah, Gwen Stefani.
I'm not going to be a challah bun girl.
Oh, and the final category is open face sandwiches. And that's an open
another
face.
category? Jesus.
It's a beef Manhattan with spicy gravy.
Delicious.
I didn't think about it too much. But
Okay, all right. Josh, your thoughts?
I mean, how do I follow that?
The Josh Arnold, would there be something, would this be a
I follow this with a little
specialty?
bit of Pepto-Bismol.
Yes. I love many sandwiches.
Many?
Many. These are the best sandwiches in the world.
You know what I like that a lot of people don't?
What?
That I have to get like once a year. Braunschweiger. I really like Braunschweiger a lot.
Isn't that like a liver or something?
Yeah, it's kind of a liverwurst.
It's a Stones song.
With some Braunschweiger.
How come you taste so
good? Mustard, pickles, onion on a brown. Oh, boy.
How about liver? Chicken liver? You like some chicken?
Love.
I thought you were a peanut butter and jelly guy.
That's my all-time favorite food.
So that should be your sandwich.
Yeah, but who orders it at a restaurant, you know? Besides 4-year-olds. Yeah.
Oh, that was a big fad a few years ago. They'd have restaurants would have, what was it, like $100? It would be a bottle of
Dom
champagne.
Perignon and
peanut butter and jelly and Dom Perignon.
Oh, love peanut butter.
That was kind of, we're slumming tonight.
Slumming. The term slumming.
The Rover's being detailed.
What's your jelly,
Brought
Josh?
the
What's your
Audi.
jam, man?
Great. Yeah.
Let's see now. Were you here, Christy, with the famous voodoo chili incident?
I don't know.
Do you remember this?
Probably.
Hendrix song?
Of course.
There's a great Hendrix song, Voodoo Child, if you will. And one of the part-time DJs was driving down, listening to the station. They introduced it as Voodoo
Voodoo chili.
Voodoo chili.
They sure did.
And then there was a rumor going around the radio station that Voodoo chili was a very hot chili with a 12-inch sausage. Not a patty, by the way.
No,
large.
A link.
It's a large link. We got a song coming up, but first, Christy, what have you got over there?
Researchers in Japan are developing wooden satellites to reduce space junk. Mr. Tako Doi, a Japanese astronaut and professor at Kyoto University, told the BBC that traditional satellites re-entering the Earth's atmosphere burn and create tiny alumina particles, which will float in the upper atmosphere for many years. But in contrast, wood would, of course, burn up without harmful substances or raining debris.
Interesting.
According
Will it
to
work?
According to the World Economic Forum, there are about 6,000 satellites orbiting our Earth, 60% of them deemed to be space junk. So would it work? Theoretically, it's going to burn up on reentry. Yes. Would it work once
I like
it was
my
in space?
aircraft, for example. I know there are some very fine wooden planes from back in the day. There was, of course, the most famous, I think, would be the Spruce Goose, which I'm not mistaken.
Didn't fly very long.
It flew once.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I like a nice wooden boat. Certainly.
Sure, yeah. Wooden satellite.
The Chris Craft.
Oh, I love those old wooden Chris Crafts.
Yeah.
That sound, nothing's quite like that. But I just think, first of all, what if there are alien termites up there?
Yeah.
Well, then these are
You think I'm getting bad reception on my cell phone because we got the wooden satellite up there. I don't know. Who thought of this?
This Japanese astronaut, that's who thought of it.
What a sap.
Sap. Man, I appreciate these branching out a little bit.
Oh. Gosh, I'm happy that you were able to go against the grain that way.
These are so good.
More than 3 decades.
Although I do like a wooden roller coaster.
Oh, yeah, the old-fashioned
I do
wooden.
too.
There's something. So maybe this guy's onto something.
In other news, more than 3 decades after the Chernobyl nuclear disaster forced thousands to evacuate, there's an influx of visitors to the area that has spurred officials to seek official status from UNESCO. The government has proposed an initiative to have the Chernobyl zone included on the UNESCO Heritage List alongside landmarks like India's Taj Mahal and Stonehenge in England.
Wow.
Yeah.
So they want to make this, hey, we're not going to fight it anymore. This is a tourist attraction.
Yes.
I went to the gift shop and got a third arm. Who wants to go there?
A lot of people do.
Why?
It's coming back. There are animals living there, plants there.
There's some a robot-controlled camera that goes in there and takes this picture of this giant nuclear waste that if you're around it in like 20 minutes, you're dead or some crazy thing.
Yeah, I don't want to go there.
It's still there, dude.
People do go there.
Do you get issued a, what are those radio things? What are those called? Geiger counter?
Geiger counter?
Gizmo?
They tried to encase it in concrete, and that did not work.
Did it melt? Did it like eat away the concrete?
It ate away the concrete.
Wow.
You take a selfie x-ray, hold up your iPhone. Hey, look, you can see my ribs.
Ooh. Do you think that they have no smoking signs around Chernobyl, or is like, whatever, you're here?
You know what, though?
Don't worry.
I think Chernobyl on HBO has to get the award for the weirdest topic and the best miniseries I've ever seen.
Good.
I never saw it because I don't like things that are
disturbing.
I hate it when something's done in another language, but they just use English accents instead. That bugs me.
I didn't think I'd like that either, but the way they did it and the actor from Mad Men, I forget his name.
He's the son of
Jared Harris. It was amazing.
It was great.
It's really good.
Disturbing. Really.
Yes.
But yeah, very.
It starts,
very well
Willie. There's off in the distance, and it's night, and this guy is
the,
asleep, and you hear this kaboom and this big flash, and he wakes up. And, it's just
smash cut.
Laboratory.
That's
Yeah.
right.
And then he rushes to the scene to help. It's bad.
What else happened?
It's time to fit in a quick request.
We're playing that?
No, I wanted to, but no. This is our tribute to the year 2020, and saying good riddance, 2020.
It's been a tough year. Haven't had much fun.
So many bad things.
Glad it's almost done.
Coronavirus. Yeah, we're still dealing with that.
Thanks to some clumsy scientist or some guy who ate a bite.
Can't go to work, doing business in my living room.
Naked from the waist down.
Shoulda bought stock in Zoom.
Toilet paper shortage. Our underwear is marked with skids.
We're all popping Prozac because we're teaching our own kids. Good riddance 2020. Boy, what a crappy year.
Couldn't go to concerts or ball games. Thank God for weed and beer.
Adios 2020. You made us cancel everything.
You took Regis and Wilford Brimley.
But you left this Larry King.
Yeah, I'm going to live forever, man.
You killed the best James Bond.
And Black Panther. What the heck?
And this TV icon died in November.
Who is Alex Trebek?
Meghan Markle and Prince Harry are royalty no more. Oh, and Little Richard and Kenny Rogers.
Yet royalties no more.
Good riddance 2020. You've been a gigantic pain.
We miss bowling, strip
plane. We're back in 2020 and washing hands like we're all neurotic. And it's your fault we know the names. Carol Baskin and Joe Exotic. I got King and Tiger, Tiger King. I got King and Tiger, Tiger.
Well, there was unrest in the streets. Everybody talking about that election.
Ugly posts and hateful tweets.
And Jeffrey Tubin's erection.
Wildfires flaring, murder hornets every place.
Stores full of Karens.
And the joke of the day with Ace.
You're welcome.
2020, thanks for screwing up our plans. No dating or random hookups. Thank God for OnlyFans. We're all in this together, so just you wait and see. We'll say goodbye 2020 and get back to normalcy.
Wait a minute. What? Normalcy? Normality is the word.
I'm sorry, you wanted to be wrong. It's okay, I'll be glad
Should be normality. We can't wait. There's a nice video of that, by the way, in the various Bob and Tom social media platforms.
Lovely. A lovely one.
So Willie just gave us his sandwiches. Have you given it any more thought, Christy Lee? Would there be a sandwich?
My sandwich?
Yeah.
I am such a boring sandwich eater.
I don't know. Something hot between two tight buns.
Jesus.
Yeah,
Well, now,
maybe a grilled ham and cheese. That would be the.
That's a tasty sandwich.
Yeah,
there, Christy.
I like that.
Well, Josh, you always talk about what's the quote you always say? I'm a thorough and generous lover.
Sure.
So your sandwich would have, I don't know, white bread, but a lot of tongue.
Really?
Is that fair?
I like a good French dip. I
It's
had that
interesting.
yesterday. Yummy.
You equate thorough and generous with tongue play.
Well,
that's interesting.
I didn't hear any objections.
No, I mean, I think it's okay, but
I'll shine the floor.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Get wax
I'll do
on,
the
wax
alphabet.
off? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
I've never done the alphabet thing.
The paintbrush? You do the paintbrush?
Is that?
Sometimes I go wide, yeah.
Oh, are there names for all this? Like what, the ice cream cone?
Oh, God.
We are in some dangerous waters
Yeah.
here, kids.
Josh is the one who brought it up.
You're the one who wanted to, I told you to stop talking about sandwiches 2 hours ago.
Okay. Yeah. I haven't thought of mine yet, so it'll take me a while.
I know yours. Yours would be chicken salad with a little bit of bacon and light mayo.
Yeah. My father used to eat peanut butter and bacon sandwiches. You ever had that?
That sounds good, actually.
Like the king. Yeah.
No, Elvis was famous for the
here we go.
Peanut butter banana.
peanut butter banana.
Maybe he did do the bacon.
Now, there's a secret.
I just happen to know the secret to Elvis's recipe.
The secret to Elvis's recipe.
What is that, Tom?
Well, you take the bread and you put it in a traditional toaster.
Put it in the toaster.
Toast the bread, put the peanut butter banana on it, then you deep fry it in a quarter inch of butter.
Yes.
Then you call your cardiologist and say, I'm going to need to see you this afternoon.
Meet me in the toilet.
Now, Tom, if I was making a bologna sandwich, how would I cook the
Oh, yeah. Thanks,
bologna?
Ace.
Well, do you know this trick, Willie?
No, I don't.
If you put a piece of round bologna on a frying pan, what happens?
It curls up.
Yeah, it curls up a little bit. It curls up a little bit.
You prevent that from happening?
How?
Take a pair of scissors or a knife and you cut it.
Scissors?
Yeah, you put
You're cutting meats with scissors?
all the time.
Every day I do it.
Scissors.
Pardon me, girls. I have to prune the ham.
Although, just earlier this week, I was cutting bacon with a pair of scissors. I don't know what the hell I'm talking about.
I have a pair of Cutco, the Cutco food scissors. In fact, if you were to go to my house right now, they're in the dishwasher.
Does Kelly ever borrow your kitchen scissors and you don't know where they are, so you have to use the girls' cookie cutter scissors and you're cutting ham?
If you open the junk drawer in my kitchen, there are always at least 4 pairs of scissors.
Do you remember the worst Christmas gift I ever got was the
pizza scissors?
The pizza scissors
Time out. If you take that little slicey thing off, the little triangle, those are great scissors.
It's a pair of scissors, and it's got
use them all the time.
A metal flange in the shape of a piece of pizza.
Sure.
You put it there and cut it.
And you cut your pizza.
Isn't it really it just bothers you when you reach for a slice of pizza and you get half of the toppings with it? Well, these scissors, you slip it and you cut it. and cut the toppings, and so you could a nice, clean one single slice.
That's great.
But you take the bologna and then on
That was a Christmas gift.
four edges, you cut it, and it won't pop up like that.
See, I would like it if it was kind of like those, those things you use to cut photographs and get the corners proper. I would like that to cut a pizza, almost like a table saw, but you bring it down and clean lines.
Paper cutter.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Paper cutter.
Yeah, paper cutter is what they call it.
Things never work.
Oh, they
What?
work. They work.
No, there's one in the other room, and you always get 4/5 of the way down, and then it just fudges the last part, and it flanges off.
Oh, really?
That is true. That is true.
That drives me crazy.
We used to flyer the Laugh Factory show. I cannot tell you how many hours I've spent inside of FedEx Kinko's just trying to cut 4 little things into one smaller
the flyers,
thing, getting it perfect.
Yeah, I remember a guy that was using the paper cutter in elementary school was a very big deal.
Those are sharp.
Yeah, they're dangerous.
Oh, yeah.
It was a big deal.
Yeah.
Oh, because if
Did you hear that? The glee in his voice. So you obviously got to use it.
I was captain of the safety patrol, as you know,
of
Christy.
course. Yeah.
God,
Even
then, can you imagine?
No.
Joshy and Willie and Patty and Christy, why don't you come to my birthday party? And no, Tommy won't be there. He's irritating and pushy.
Did you get elected to be the commissioner of safety, or did they just pick the person they liked?
I was the president of the safety patrol, and we would be out in front of the school with those flags. What a dork! And
Here we
the
go.
question was, how did you get to this?
Back in the day, you'd have this huge bamboo pole with a flag on it.
Oh.
You'd lower it down so cars would stop.
I would have hit you with a big gulp.
Today in today's world, can you imagine putting 6th graders in charge of kids crossing the street? You'd be arrested.
Raise.
Lower. And then Josh, so we had these huge bamboo poles, and when a teacher came by, because we had to memorize their cards, go, attention, and you would take the big pole and push it out like this, so you'd make a big V.
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, God.
You had to memorize the teacher's cards.
Yeah, there's Mrs. Irby. Attention. And then, of course, for the buses as well. Yeah.
I can't stand you on anything. Do you know that? Our childhoods were so different.
I know.
Yeah,
I did not have that.
Angry and
were you a private in the safety patrol?
No, I wasn't on the safety patrol.
What were you? What exactly
I was
duties?
crying on my way to school like a good American boy.
Cool.
Good Lord.
American.
Were you in any organizations in elementary school?
In elementary school? No.
I don't think we had organizations in elementary school.
We were
lucky to get through it. We were trying to go to the bathroom and not hit the floor, I would think, in elementary school.
Well, I guess my school was a little bit different.
Yeah, I guess so.
Quite a bit different.
Because at Mercer School, when you walked in, they had a gigantic painting, The Death of General Mercer, where he was being stabbed during battle. It's kind of depressing. Every morning you walk in, well, General Mercer just got it in the old keister again. We're coming right back. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
This is the Bob and Tom Show, brought to you in part by Navy Federal Credit Union, proudly serving the armed forces, DoD, veterans, and their families. Our members are the mission, insured by NCUA. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Hey, guy, it's Kid Tarmac. This is Bob and Tom 24/7. Kid Tarmac.
I know, we just landed. Hey, the Bob and Tom Show now being streamed live at this address, bobandtom.com/live. If you like watching the show as it happens, and a lot of people do, that's the new location of the Bob and Tom live video feed. Again, bobandtom.com/live. It's free, and again, it will replay the show in its entirety right after it finishes showing today's show. Follow me there, bobandtom.com/live. Did I mention it's free?
I'm Chick McGee with your Bob and Tom Sports Update. Kevin Stefanski has vowed not to let COVID-19 stop him from getting the Cleveland Browns ready for their wild card playoff game Sunday at Pittsburgh. The first-year coach just led the Browns into the AFC playoffs, their first postseason appearance since 2002. Stefanski tested positive for COVID yesterday. New York Giants co-owner John Mara says Dave Gettleman will remain general manager despite a 15-33 record in his first 3 seasons at the post. The Giants 6-10 under first-year coach Joe Judge this season. NBA winners last night: Orlando, Indiana, Philly, New York, Charlotte, Boston, Oklahoma City, Milwaukee, Phoenix, Sacramento, and the Clippers. And top 25 college basketball winners: Baylor, Creighton, Tennessee, Michigan, Houston, Duke, and Virginia. And Louisville upset number 19, Virginia Tech. I'm Chick McGee, and that's your Bob and Tom Sports Update.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bob and Tom.
After talking with a group of massage parlor operators who urged the authorities to reopen their venues as soon as possible due to economic pain, Mr. Faris...
As the eye can see.
It's better. Faris Karasanayar Awiwong.
No, you're pronouncing it wrong.
Awiwong?
Here's how you pronounce it. I looked this guy's up. It's Karasanayar Awiwong.
Karis there. Wing wing. Walla walla wing wong.
Did I get it right?
Bob and Tom in the morning and highlights all day long.
The Bob and Tom Show, weekday mornings at 6 a.m. Eastern on Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hey, this is comedian Ron White, and you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
Speaking of Kennedy.
That's a good shout-out. That is a good shout-out, yes, thank you.
John Kennedy Jr.
Why do you think they call us Skimpy Little Suit of Teddy anyway? Thank you. You want to go watch the films of Bobby's funeral at my place? Well, what do you know? It's 4 a.m. and we're drunk. Well, let's make whoopee. Wear my Oxford cloth.
I was on a plane with one of the Kennedys one time.
Really?
Well, lucky to be. Yeah, it was Ted Kennedy. He was on the plane. And he was in first class. I was in the back,
sure.
with the degenerates. But what a great name to be born. Kennedy or Rockefeller or something like that. My luck, if I was born in money, my last name would be Massengale. My dad, the big douche baron.
The douche baron.
Everywhere you go, you got waiters making fun. You want oil and vinegar? Shut up and bring it. My dad, the big douche baron.
Bob and Tom.
For your information, these are 2 of the worst kids I have ever encountered in my life, and I worked the state fair.
We were stupid before stupid was cool.
I was flying from South Bend to here. I was on a plane this big. It was like a pack of gum with 8 people in it. What happened was we took off from the South Bend Airport Hair Care and Tire Center there. I don't know if you've ever been there. We got halfway here. We had to go back. It's like a 12-minute flight. We had to go back. We had engine trouble. We lost some oil pressure in one of the engines, and they told us about it over the speaker system of the plane, right, which was stupid because they could have just went, hey, we lost some oil
They
pressure.
could have just turned around and yelled at you.
The guy sitting next to me is losing his...
Hey, look at that. 9:45 on the nose at Q95. It's the Bob and Tom Show.
I can't imagine sitting through it.
Sitting through the Bob and Tom Show? What are you talking about?
It's
One thing we agree on.
off-air.
We've had a great day.
Off-air stab. I'm certainly enjoying the show. What was I saying? Speaking of enjoying the show tonight, it's the show called Bob and Tom Tonight. My Indie TV 23, 11:30 this evening. I think you'll enjoy it very much. I'll also remind you to be listening very carefully for the mellifluous voice of some dude going, hey, you could win some serious cash right now. Pay attention throughout the day on Q95. 95. I'm telling you, it's coming up many, many times. It's that simple. Now, we're going to get back to the action. I've got a little bit of a surprise for you. I think you're going to enjoy it very much. Yeah, don't be such a...
Save it.
Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Let's see, there's Mr. McGee.
Save it.
Mr. Cosby.
Save it.
Oh, I see what we're doing.
You know what they say, Ace? That
I like it.
You can't say anything bad about Ace Crosby. Let's see. There's little Joshy.
Put a sock in it.
Christy Lee is over there. Christy, nice
you
to
broke
see
the
you.
wave.
Kiss ass with a capital
This is
K.
Tom speaking. There's Willie G. There's Patty G.
Take it, but take it easy.
Okay. Is that your cool sign off?
No, that's Nicholson from something.
Seacrest out. Okay. You don't have like a cool phrase you do, Pat?
Not really.
Okay. All right.
What about Chow Daddy? Anything like that?
I like that.
Oh, yeah, how about Chow
Daddy.
Daddy?
Chow Daddy.
Okay. Christy, did you want to do one more thing over there?
Yeah, a Vietnamese doctor was surprised recently to discover dozens of small mushrooms growing in a guy's ear.
Sick.
Oh, God. I hate stories like this.
The patient came into a clinic in Hanoi in December complaining of painful, itchy ears. On examination with an endoscope, his doctor found the 2-centimeter long fungi growing just above the eardrums. The doctor...
This is awful. What's the problem? I'm a fun guy.
Boy, he must live in a humid area. Doctor removed him and told the patient it would take a few days for his ears to recover.
Don't add them to your salad for at least a week.
Oh.
Yeah, that is really, really rough. Is it time now for our history lesson, by the way? We had couple exciting stories
Wait
in
a minute.
history
I
today.
thought you were going to do a surprise, or did I actually
what happened to the
stop you?
surprise?
Did I effectively stop you for once?
Perhaps the surprise is part of this next segment.
Time now for Today in History, featuring a surprise. Here's Tom.
Maybe I'll surprise you by not doing it.
That would be a surprise.
Ciao, Daddy.
Okay.
Should I look it up for you, or are you not prepared?
No, I'm fully prepared.
Okay.
Lay it on us, Daddy.
Ooh-wee, baby.
1610, Galileo discovered what, Josh?
Galileo discovered the
synchronous
the sun. He went, hey, there's this thing up there nobody's talking about.
The Earth rotated around.
We got to name that.
Around
I think
the
the
sun,
Aztecs
not
had
the
that.
sun around the Earth.
You know, it would be the three moons of the first 3 moons of Jupiter.
Well, who the hell would know that?
Galileo did.
Well, that's surprise. You know what? This is
Probably should have kept his mouth shut. if you read about it, not everybody's
They
really
didn't want to hear it.
Okay. This is one of those things that's kind of weird. The typewriter was patented on this date in 1714 by Henry Mill, but not built for several years after that. I don't like it when this happens.
Why?
What do you mean? He's got
People get a patent on something, but they can't do it.
I thought it was Jim Smith and Steve Corona or something like that.
I thought it was Tom Hanks.
He collects them. Okay, here's something cool. 1785, Jean-Pierre Blanchard and John Jeffries traveled across the English Channel. How?
I swam.
On a dog.
Linked together.
Wait, what year was this?
Joined together from the rear. Am I close?
I'll talk to you.
A human centipede across the...
Yeah, backwards.
That'd be hard.
Yeah, it would.
Oh, it would have to,
I know I would
be hard. Yeah.
It all started with a backstroke.
You're not gonna make it
what
this
year
time.
was this?
1785. How'd they get across the English Channel?
I'm going to say raft.
No.
Submarine?
Back of a whale.
Hot air balloon.
The Concorde.
Yes.
Well, you know they were kissing and making out.
Oh, yeah, they made love over that
What are you talking about?
I can't go by myself. I refuse to go without you.
I will hug you tight across the channel.
in this balloon.
It's always cool when you're with
We can be us in the balloon.
Our dads aren't up here.
Honey, wait till we're in the balloon.
If you guys are going to mock this great scientific achievement.
I've always wanted to complete over the water.
More jellyfish.
Gosh.
Do you know what the English Channel is? It's not a
we know
not
what
a
it
TV,
is.
BBC.
Not a TV station. Okay. This I didn't know this. 1789, United States of America. What happened?
1789.
Something hugely important.
Thomas Jefferson.
No, it was the first presidential election.
Oh.
So it wasn't in November. I think they decided they wanted to be a little more fall-like,
Yes.
so they opted to do it later.
How about that?
Yeah, this is my favorite one, guys. This is one of my favorite events on Earth. Of course, I'm talking about the Harlem Globetrotters.
Hey, man,
What about?
who's that cat coming down?
Did they start on this date?
Yeah, 1927. Had their first game.
himself a ball.
By the way,
In 1927.
Curly Neal was lost this last year, sadly.
Yeah.
Love the Harlem Globetrotters. Didn't
This
play.
was recorded in 1927.
I doubt it. The Globetrotters played in Harlem for the first time in what, Ace, like 67 or so. It was quite late in
Is there a reason you're asking Ace?
Because I'm the most knowledgeable in the room.
okay.
There you go.
Okay.
Ace is the only one that has acknowledged that, just much like me, he enjoys the brilliant comedy of the Harlem Globetrotters. The first time I saw that thing with the bucket of water, and
It's not water, it's confetti.
I lost my mind. Always funny. They bring a ladder out in the court.
Talk about horrible refs. Come on, ref, it's a ladder.
Remember, there was one friend of ours who was offered to play for the Washington Generals and turned it down. I couldn't believe it. God, would that be great? Happy birthday, the great Kenny Loggins, and Nicolas Cage, Katie Couric, Jeremy Renner, all having a birthday. Time now to review what we learned on today's show, Chick. If you'd
Right
like
now? Time now for things we learned. Here's Tom.
A chick came in, how unusual,
What happened?
whining the first break,
What
right
did I
out of
say?
the box.
I don't remember this. Seems like a deal.
I got soap in my eye.
Oh, yeah, you were.
When I came in with soap in my
dissipated.
eye, you attacked me. I said,
that's because you're a doddering. See, I've got it's somewhat on the ball.
I have a huge squirter bottle of baby shampoo with the pump.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you were flying over a balloon one time in France, weren't you? With your big squirter bottle.
Christy admitted that one time she was camping and she urinated outside.
Yeah.
I mean, that's interesting.
She and her girlfriends also had a pillow fight and played Truth or Dare.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see.
I'd go on a pillow flight, wouldn't you guys?
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds nice.
Al Jackson, we agreed, he could pull off leather pants.
Of
Not
course.
remove them. I mean, he
Christy'd
could
pull them off.
He could. Oh, really?
Sorry.
Sorry.
Go on.
What?
Yes. Yeah. You like
Al Jackson's hot. Yeah, I admit that.
Well.
That's not a secret on this program. I've
And
said that
Al
many
pointed
times.
out that Pat Godwin in his costume today looks like a bouncer for gnomes.
Yes.
This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Got something to say? Send us an email, bobandtom@bobandtom.com. This is the Bob and Tom Show.